I'm gonna make an audio check. I'm gonna do an audio check. I'm gonna do an audio check. Seems good. This is the intro.
That's not
uh,
trademarked either.
fun fact. I might have for another stream that's starting next weekend. I remembered that my brother plays guitar and sings a little bit, and so I was like, "Hey, do you want to do like a rock riff for this new game I'm starting?" And he's like, "I don't know anything about D&D," and I was like, "I'll write some lyrics, I guess." And I just sort of threw together some lyrics and sent it to him. And he's like, "This is amazing," and I'm like, "What?" And I'm just like, I think he might be exaggerating slightly, but so he's gonna record like a rock anthem to the other stream, and we'll see if it works at all, if it if it lines up. But if it's even halfway okay, then I definitely want to get one for this game as well. Or maybe we'll just reuse the more generic parts of the riff. That'll be fun.
A fun fact for X-Men, the animated series, the guy who wrote that, like, it's a classic, like, known intro.
Yeah.
He didn't even know X-Men at all. Like, he had never. They just hired him, and he was like, X-Men, okay, and like they were like, yeah, it's these mutants with superpowers. He's like, all right, I'll write something, and then it was like, known as like the most amazing intro for.
There's there's a I think a Korean rock band that does like almost all the anime intros, and like they're all like whenever there's this like like if you've watched any anime and been like this like be like yeah this has got a epic tune to it, it's just like it's like the same group like every time. More power to them because yeah, I don't remember if they did One Punch Man, but like I do remember watching One Punch Man and not skipping the intro because it's very good. And then it gets to like a final fight, and they're using the intro song for the fight song, and I'm just like, oh, this is good. These were good decisions.
That'll be fun. Yeah, I look forward to hearing that.
All right, that's plenty of tangents. Sympathies to anyone. There were more tangents while we waited for some audio tech to start working. This is the Guys Gone WIldemount. We are down our Echo Knight fighter for the day. A summary of previous sessions. Scouting out a new settlement for the Bright Queen, our heroes decided to tag along with an airship full of goblins that were heading to that city to raid its riches. As you all showed up at the ruins, many of you decided to take part in the raiding of riches, while others distracted the giants that ran the settlement. Antics ensued. A fight was had. The airship was heavily damaged and plummeting to the ground. An internal generator switch was flipped, and without knowing exactly what would happen, but the ship and all its passengers plane shifted into the Feywild, crashing into a hill, mostly dodging screaming purple grasses, encountering some Fey spirits. One of you was bitten by a werebear, and since had to go on walkabout with the werebear to try to figure out how to control the shifting that has started happening. You all have made it to Singorn in hopes that their notorious plane-shifting structures and abilities could help you repair the ship, not fully foreseeing the thought that you were being teleported there and don't have means of teleporting back to your ship. You made friends with a drow who was in dire straits and his panther, and vouched for him as you arrived in Singorn. And he went off on his own mission, and you all went out for some shopping. And last we left, you all were arguing the morality of ditching your airship of people in order to simply return to the material plane and then figure out what you're doing from there. as as your bickering made you unaware of a large explosion happening across the lake in one of the tall towers. Bud, our Bud Bear. We texted about this. You made your way to the Fae, known as the Untouched, and have traded your wand of random teleportation.
Oh, it hurt to say.
It hurts. um, as a means of saying you could use this to be untouched if, given a scenario. And you have arrived outside Singorn, your werebear, before you leave, patting you on the shoulder, and be like, "You've learned much in a short time. Be well. Be one of the pack."
Thank you.
Glory
For the Moonweaver.
Glory for the Moonweaver. And you guys do what's that called? A Beastmaster handshake.
The two arms clasp.
Yeah. You swear you see a shockwave in the grass below.
Yes.
Is the Untouched teleports you, and you arrive right outside of this epic city. Going up to the guards, you kind of inquire as to the location, and a few of them kind of recognize the people you're talking about. A guard is escorting you through the city. Let's have Bud make a perception check.
Yeah.
You look down and see you have a bomb strapped to you. That's the explosion we see.
Wait, this belt is entirely C4.
18.
18 is very good. You spot a guard kind of bored waiting outside a store who keeps looking over their shoulder at like whoever's inside, and kind of deduce that that must be the guard who's watching the group. And then as you approach and you get to the outside of the store and you see Borg, Chucholito, and Erders kind of arguing inside, over your shoulder, pretty far away, all the way across the lake at the center of the city, in one of the tall towers. The tall tower just burst of fire out the windows of one side of the tower. A pair of with 18, you're high enough that you actually see a pair of figures jump out the opposite windows and like climb down the tower down into the city.
Sick.
That almost immediately bells start ringing on that side of the city, and the bells kind of come across until they're ringing throughout the city. And the guard next to you is just like, oh, and then you guys catch up with the other guard, and the two guards start talking kind of frantically. The one who escorted you is like, just go inside with your friends.
Okay.
There's the bickering between the other three as Bud walks in. You guys rolled very low on your perception checks last time and are not aware of anything happening out there. You hear some you gotta hear some like wind chimes or something outside as Bud comes in.
Oh, hey, fancy seeing you here.
Hey guys, I didn't do whatever just happened, but the alarms are going off in town.
What just happened? What are you talking about?
One of the towers exploded, and then people are running, and then now the guards are all mobilizing.
What?
Ah.
Run outside.
As you guys run outside, and the shop owner is like, "You didn't want to make a sale?" Like as she's just like kind of looks longingly at her bottle of wine that she only apparently drinks when she makes a sale. And you guys run outside. The two guards are arguing. They both kind of look back at the four of you and are like, wait inside for a moment, if you would. Sure. And you guys can hear these bells going off throughout the city.
Let us know if you need assistance.
Make a persuasion check.
That is a 9.
Okay. They just kind of nod and motion for you to get back in the store. Yeah.
Alright. We're heroes of legend, but that's fine. We just go on inside.
Don't worry, Borg. They'll probably need assistance anyway. Am I right?
They usually do.
So, like I was saying, we can't just leave these people here. We gotta go back and get them.
No, they gotta beg us now.
I don't like what that headband's done to you.
I think Borg, you notice the shopkeep to kind of do some little hand motions, kind of under like they're trying to do it kind of slyly, but you actually notice it as they then put their hand up to their mouth and they seem to like whisper something.
Who was you talking to just now?
Oh, you know, just checking what's happening. I heard the bells outside. Just asking a friend what's going on.
Insight.
Do it.
Oh, that is a 2 plus 7. That's a 9.
Seems
well,
legit.
You seem trustworthy, so let's pop open that one, yeah? Have a glass or two?
Well, I haven't made a sale yet. I only drink when there's a sale made.
What are you selling?
He gestures again to her selections of wands. There seem to be there's at first glance it looks like there's some in the neighborhood of 450 gold pieces that are marked, and then there's some in the neighborhood of 4,000 gold pieces that are marked.
Oh my gosh, what are the most expensive ones?
The more expensive ones, not necessarily the most expensive ones, you see are oh yeah, you speak Elvish, so you can read the labels. There are 4 different wands of fireball and a wand of lightning bolt that are all marked at 4,600 gold pieces each.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm looking at this stuff. I have 3 gold to spend. Chuchi, are you interested in any of these?
I really am only in the market for shoes, and even though I made that abundantly clear, we seem to have been pointed in the direction of some place that does not have shoes.
That's true.
DM, is there anything it looks like that Bud would be able to benefit from specifically as a barbarian?
There are make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Hilariously.
No, I forgot I did buy shoes last session, so never mind.
I only rolled a 4.
Do you need help with that? This
So
is
total
kind
8.
of my specialty. This is what I'm trained to do.
So
I don't know what I need, but this stuff looks cool.
Bud sort of muses aloud. Borg can also make a Arcana check.
Trust me. I know what you need.
Oh,
Sight? I got a 1. How about this wand of lightning bolt? That's pretty good. You can use that being a big smashy boy.
You're not sure he can. You're kind of like, I'm not sure you could actually use any of these.
It's the Elvish. I'm just not very good with the translations.
I turn to the shopkeep and I'm just like, I just punch things and like use my glaive, but I kind of want to help you make a sale because you seem like you could use the business right now.
Yep. Make an insight check.
Yes. It's a natural 1. So, but that would be a 4 total, but it's a natural 1.
You guys are doing great.
Get it out of the way now, guys. Get it out of the way.
Getting out of the way.
Right.
Gotta roll them out. Gotta get them out. Yeah, they bring you over to ones that are, there's a 350 gold piece wand of detect magic, and it's just like, you may not be able to notice when things are magical or not. This wand is perfectly useful for you, and you simply wave it about and see what things are magical. If you're looking for something more of offensive capabilities, it brings you over to a wand of, it's described as a wand of magic missile. Provides an excellent ranged damage dealing opportunity for someone such as yourself who's more used to simply smashing things with their hands and weapons.
Thanks. I don't know These things don't seem like they would work well for me, but that detect magic wand is cool.
Absolutely.
Joji, what do you think about that? Would that help us
I'd
take
say
things?
Chucholito and Borg also a insight check.
That's detect magic is actually something I know how to do at all
Oh.
times. I've cast it over and over and over. It was part of my seminary training.
I got a 20 on my insight check.
Ooh,
I got 12.
nice.
Not doing great.
Chucholito, you pick up the shop owner. They're not being dishonest about anything. Everything they're talking about is fairly correct. It's even good advice that is being given. It's just their cadence and their speech has slowed down dramatically from when you guys first were chatting with her, and it's reading like she's trying to make this take as long as possible, and is like kind of repeating options, and like she seemed pretty precisely spoken, although very energetic when you guys came in, but now she's just sort of meandering through descriptions, almost like she's just stalling.
The guard is the one who told us to stay inside, right?
Yes, and there are 2 guards are still outside. Insight's good enough. As you looked at them, they seem to be talking back and forth, but they don't seem to be talking about anything. It's almost like they're pretending to talk, as if they're just trying to put on a show of having a conversation.
Okay. Then when Bud asked, if I recommend the wand, I was like, actually, I think we should take another shot at checking out what's going on outside, and we'll come back and buy some stuff and drink that wine. We do want to drink that wine 100%, but I think right now maybe let's just check outside just to make sure. Once again, let's just check outside.
She kind of moves like, well, if you would, I'm planning to close the shop as soon as you leave. With the bells going on and all that, we usually shutter our shop as soon as our customers then leave. So if you leave, I need to close. So if you would like to...
That makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. It's honestly kind of insane that you stayed open. We'll be back tomorrow.
Well, you were already in the shop. It was only polite. You hate to kick people out onto the street just because the bells are going off.
Chuchi, are you sure? The bells. We can stay here. Have some wine.
Does Chuchi give me any cues, or are we just flying in the dark right now?
Chicholito, do you want to try to insinuate something to Bud?
I just looked down.
I would.
You're being suggesting something else. We're shopping right now.
Yeah. I would say I'm going to check what's going on outside, and I would love if my team came with me.
Chuchi, should we do Chad Dumbud?
I'm not sure what that means.
To the guards out there.
You guys see Erders just look at all 3 of you and go, I'll check it out. And you just see his shadow just peel up from the ground and walk through the window. And they're all you just see Erders' eyes have rolled back, but it's just black. And the shadow's out, and the guards are both like, whoa, 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 at the shadow that's exited. But the shadow just runs. It's just running away. One of the guard swings the door open. He goes, "What's going on?"
I don't know. I think we're about to leave, Chuchi. I feel like
What did you turn on?
Huh?
Chad. What did he just turn on? Chad and Dumbud.
Chad,
I don't know what you're.
Okay, sorry. Out of game is Chad the guy who's like, bro, I'm just here to play hacky sack.
Yes.
Okay.
You would know Chad. Chad and Dumbud. What did you turn on, guard?
I don't know what you're trying to. I'm completely lost.
The guard just looks at all of you, and you're all still in the shop like he had previously asked you to do. So he's like, "I'll just let you all chat. We'll be just a moment."
Chad?
Can I do an insight check on on Bud to find out what you are trying to tell me?
Yeah, go for it.
If I roll low, I'll still just be like, "What? Who's dumb, Bud?" Okay, that's better. That is a dirty 20.
Ah, nice.
Can I just tell him?
Yeah,
then
just
what-
tell him. Yeah.
Okay. So, I feel like Bud is sort of being like, Chuchi wants to leave, and like all this crap is happening, and realizing this lady is sort of acting strange. So, Bud is essentially saying, let's like kind of like somehow get out of this situation by doing a routine. So I'm gonna be dumb, even though I'm not now with my headband, and then Chuchi can be Chad, and we can sort of like mooch our way out of this by just being weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
we can also
Kind of like wheel around to Chuchi and be like, "Well, you know, this one, he's kind of dumb sometimes. We should probably go outside. We'll be back for that one tomorrow."
You guys
We'll
see,
bring the ball.
yeah.
you guys see Erders just become the shadow and then disappear.
Okay, we definitely have to go check that out.
That's crazy. Did you do that to him? And I point at the shopkeeper.
The shopkeeper's like, no, I did not.
Chad, explain this with the cult knowledge you have.
I'm already on my way outside. As soon as Erders disappeared, I'm
The
like running outside.
the guard does try to stop you. It's walking
I
your way.
will. I'll ask which way did that shadow go, as I deftly avoid him touching me.
Make an acrobatics check.
12 plus. I don't have expertise, so it's only 18 all told.
Okay, so, we're gonna say you've made it past him, and and you can see now that you're out, you can see the other guard has moved to sort of the edge of the building and is waving down what looks like half a dozen guards that are a little more heavily armored, a little more heavily armed, approaching this shop quickly from up the street. So that's
Tight.
that is what you see, and the guard's like, "I said halt."
To
He
you?
never said halt.
I say halt. Yeah, you guys are probably gonna need to roll initiative here.
Crap.
Woo!
All right.
Oh my God, Die!
Yeah.
What is going on today?
No, but
19 for my initiative.
All right. Just a
21.
moment.
damn.
You guys are doing good.
I got a 1 + 0.
All right. Then you guys hold on to that for a sec as we get you set up. All right.
Dude, my players last week.
Oh yeah.
It was kind of a situation where I'm trying to move the plot along, but they just kept like failing every roll that I would like throw at them to find details. Like they were doing great in combat, but it's like, all right, make a investigation check. 1. All right, perception. 1. All right, survival. 2. You can't figure out how to undo the lock in the bathroom, and you die in there.
Just what is it? Snatching failure from the jaws of victory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Should have done
Now.
Chuchi and Dumb Bud.
Now we're
Or
cooking.
Chad and Dumb Bud.
His
So
name was Craig.
Craig.
Yeah.
Craig.
I was
Like,
trying-
it wasn't Chad, because I thought he was Chad, and
I
he
forgot the
corrected me.
name, but it was essentially just trying to do a throwback to.
I'm gonna write that down. Craig and Dumb Bud.
I was well. Listen, it's gonna come in handy next time.
just get a visual representation. Yep, that's all of them. All right. So, initiatives. We had Borg at
1.
1.
19 for Chuchi.
19 for Chi-Chi, and was that a 21 for Bud?
Yeah, 21.
Nice.
Damn.
Nice, nice, nice. Alright. And... Alright. So, starting with Bud, hostility seems to be starting as the guard is yelling halt at Chucholito, who has squeezed past him through the doorway. What is Bud gonna do?
Unbelievable. I would like to... pull my glaive
Yeah.
and hold action at the door. Just if it looks like anybody, I'll go to the door.
Gotcha.
I will not hit someone who walks through the door. I will only hit someone who attacks us.
Gotcha. So you have your holding the door open with your glaive out, ready to mess somebody up if they try to attack.
Then I will say, and this will be the end of my turn. I will say, "Don't worry, we will keep her safe."
Awesome. Make a persuasion check.
11.
Cool. Chucholito.
Okay, so having successfully dodged to that guy and seeing a legion of heavily armored soldiers,
Right.
I'll just take another. Am I in his threat range?
Yeah, you've squeezed past him, but you're still right next to him.
Okay, I'll disengage and take like a few steps back.
Gotcha.
And just say like, hey, what the hell is going on? Like, what's with all the guards, huh?
Also give me a persuasion check with advantage. You got Bud effectively helping you with his stuff.
17.
Okay. The guard is looking a little worried. There is a massive bugbear right next to him with a huge weapon. And it's like, so if you are waiting for his response, essentially.
I won't draw any weapons.
Gotcha. The group of soldiers approaches to about there, yelling a "What's going on?" To the other guards. This one kind of turns and comes over to about here. This guard kind of puts his arm out to like stop the other one, and is like, "Please, if you could wait inside the shop while we're figuring something out, that would be helpful." And then it's Borg's turn.
Could I insight that guard?
Yes.
I guess insight check. What I'm trying to find out is, yeah, man, I feel like these guys aren't with the city. So I guess I'm just trying to glean any information that I can.
Sure. Insight check.
Because all this right now is pretty weird. 21.
21. You would have to kind of approach a little bit, and as you kind of get a read on him, this is definitely a guard. This guy's been with you guys the whole time. Or, well, he's half the time. There was a guard switch at one point. But it's one of the city guards. And you can kind of see the other people. They have a different arms and armor, but they are of a similar motif, so they're definitely in the same group. And as you kind of pull up, you actually can see in the distance one of their like tallest towers is just engulfed in flame with smoke and fire. It's pretty obvious now. There's been an attack on the city, and you guys are outsiders, and you were contained to a shop. And the idea was like you guys just stay in there until we can figure out what's going on.
Gotcha.
So that's where things are at.
All right. Kind of nervously, I'll say, Chuchi, maybe you could come inside real quick. I'm not sure what's going on. And then I guess I'll take the dodge action,
Sure.
like kind of unsure with what's going on.
Just being ready in case someone starts attacking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bud, are you still kind of just holding the line?
Yeah. I'll turn around and just be like, "Do you feel safe?" to the person behind us.
The shop owner, like, great. As you turn around, she has grabbed her goblet and her wine and is like pouring a massive glass of wine, and she's just like, she just sort of responds like, "Never!" Like starts drinking her wine.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome. All right, yeah, Bud's just like, cool.
So the guard, or Chucholito, the guard kind of motions for you to like go back in the shop and is just like giving you an opportunity to walk back in, staying like out of your way.
Are there any windows in the shop?
Yeah, there are windows facing you guys, facing this side. That's
Gotcha.
what you see. Borg
I'll walk
looking
into the
through.
shop. I want to take the dodge action just
Sure.
to give me any extra heads up
All right.
on if anyone tries to fuck with me.
Yeah, you're watching carefully. The guard turns over to Bud and goes, "If we could just close this door, and then we'll be informing you when there's anything else happening." And the whole like squad is arriving, and kind of setting up and surrounding that entrance. With it seems to be like a commander who's ordering everyone into different positions.
Thank you for protecting your visitors so well. It's a very hospitable place as the door is closing on it.
It's got to back up and shut the door.
All right, guys. We're about to F these guys up if they try to hurt us, but I would rather not. Is there a way out of here?
We could definitely look for one, but this all seems very strange.
I think for now we should probably just stay here. They're outside. We're in here. I mean,
I think that's
I'm
a
always
good
ready
idea.
to run.
Yeah.
Maybe we could like sit at the bar and buy a drink from this lady, act casual, act cool, and then when they come in, just shoot them with whatever if they look like they're trying to hurt us.
I imagine you're saying that through like a very thin door, and the woman is like 10 feet behind you, terrified.
Yeah, I
If
turned
they
from
come
the
in,
door.
then we kill them.
Well, they try to hurt us.
Borg, you are right at the window, and you can see them all kind of conversing amongst themselves. Give me a perception check.
That's gonna be 19.
19. Excellent. Yeah, you can see everything that they're doing, and give me an insight check.
Oh, 24.
Let's go.
Damn.
You speak Elven well enough that as they talk back and forth, you can half like read their lips mixed with you can actually hear a little bit of what they're saying. They seem to be speaking rather brazenly. Like they're not expecting the visiting orc to actually speak Elven, so they're just like talking normally. So you pick up the commander asking for a debriefing from the guards. The guards telling him that the visitors they've sent word for the first guard who originally escorted you into the city, and that they're on their way, but that the last they heard was that you three plus the bugbear who's recently showed up traveled in with a they say with the drow, and vouched for his trustworthiness, and the commander said, "Okay, where's the hobgoblin from among them? I mean, we don't know. We've sent word to search for them in the city." And They say, "Are we worried about the shop owner?" And another one responds back with a, "No, not at all. She can she can do whatever she wants whenever she wants. She'll be fine." Um, and you see like two of them kind of giggle about it. There's one who is not holding a weapon, who still has the same armor and shield, who then's like, "Should I send word to the garrisons?" And he says, "I think we're fine for now. They don't seem overly hostile, but we should probably wait to try to chain them up before we have more reinforcements." And that's sort of the conversation that you catch as you're watching them.
With a 24, can I... Because Borg is wiser than I am.
Yeah, well, you recognize, like, this guy's a caster, for sure, without a weapon, and it seems like has a small spell focus in their hand. There's a commander who hasn't bothered with a shield, who has a little bit different coloration, and then the spear guards are like your regular guards, where these other guys are built and ready for really messing somebody up.
So, I guess what I'm trying to glean is, do they mean us to do us harm? Like, to wait until the others come before we chain them up?
What you've got is they have every intention of arresting all of you. And it's from the conversation with a 24, you recognize that if you guys get arrested, it's not going to go well. It'll be pretty tough to be like, "No, we weren't involved. We just vouched for him and helped him get into your city," to then cause an explosion, apparently. So as Borg thinks through this, there's a low chance of you guys just walking away easily.
I am going to turn around to the woman at the bar, and I'll say, "Ma'am, with all due respect, I feel like you should get out of here." And then I'll turn to the table that's next to me, and I'll kick it across the room as hard as I can to cause a commotion. And then I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians at 4th level.
Oh, God. Who are you excluding from the Spirit Guardians effect?
I'm excluding the bar lady. I'm excluding Chucholito, and I'm excluding Bud.
Okay.
And, of course, Herders.
Gotcha.
So, all those people outside within 50 feet, they're just swarms of these dodecahedrons going around, all of varying size, like a swarm of fish.
Oh, yeah. What's the range on Spirit Guardian?
It's 15 feet.
15 feet.
Centered on myself.
So 5, 10, 15. So 5, 10, 15. Okay, so you're getting everybody except for these three in the back.
That's correct.
Swirling dodecahedrons. We're gonna just keep the same initiative order. We say you do that. The shopkeep's like, "My table," and then
my cabbages.
My cabbages. So Bud, you see Borg has been listening carefully at the window, and then just kicks this table and casts a spell. And there's all these swirling dodecahedrons on, which you've seen him do before. It means it's time to fight.
Yeah. The idea with kicking the table was people would be like, "What's that?" and they get closer to the door. And then I cast a spell. Yeah.
You definitely got everyone's attention. And then it's Bud's go. What are you doing, Bud?
I pull out my pouch holding 40 platinum.
Right.
I go to the lady and I say, "I swear to you, we're not the bad guys. They don't care. I need a wand that will get us out of here, and I'm willing to pay a good price."
So you put
I just slap it down.
40 she takes a really quick look in it, and just pulls a wand out of the case and hands it to you. Cinches it up, grabs her bottle and goblet, and then just disappears.
I love
legit disappears?
Yeah, just is not there now.
Worth it. Worth all my money. Okay, that was all my money.
This lady just seems like the drunk aunt who doesn't care. This is the best.
I just don't think with my rolls I would never find out what would help us.
Right. I mean, in a society of elves, there's bound to be like a 600-year-old aunt who just wants to drink some wine and get on with her day.
I knew she was cool.
I knew she was cool.
I had money, and I was like, we can do business with this broad. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you have no idea what that wand does, but you're holding a wand.
Yeah,
all right,
it.
so we're gonna say that's your turn, though.
Yeah, that's it.
Chucholito, anything out of you? They haven't had a chance
So
to act
the
yet.
table that got kicked,
Yeah,
where did it end up?
just in the corner, on top of some like
Okay.
barrels and stuff.
Where are the windows in this place?
There is the what? On this floor, there is only the window by the door in front of Borg.
Okay. Would I have remembered seeing, like, how tall is this building?
You remember it as a single story.
Okay.
So it is a one-story building. It's just the room you can see.
Gotcha. Damn. Is that a fireplace?
That is a fireplace in the corner. So you imagine that that goes up, and you did remember seeing it go up out of the roof.
I'm gonna go see if I can climb up that chimney.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I love that.
I'll say, like, I'll try to distract him or pull him away.
Yeah. Give me an athletics check as you try to scurry up.
God, I don't want to get stuck in there and die like that guy who was dressed like Santa.
Oh no. That's all we need in 2020 is gremlins.
That was athletics?
Yes.
Oh, big time, big time. That is a 25.
25 with hardly an issue. You could even just that just uses more movement. So you just dash as your bonus action basically, and scurry up to the roof. I don't want to cover everyone else, but we'll say
Do it.
you are. Oh, geez, these never quite line up. But you scurry and pop out onto the roof.
Okay, so just before the end of my turn, so I can think about what I want to do.
Right, you have an action technically still because because of rogue stuff.
Fair enough, but I'm out of movement, kind of, right?
Yeah, with the climbing and all
Okay.
that.
Then I'm gonna use that action to hide,
Cool.
just to like make sure if anyone's out, just so no one sees me.
Right.
But are all the buildings pretty much the same height?
In its immediate area, yeah, they're all pretty much. It's single-story buildings for about 4 blocks, and then it's like you see some 2 stories, and then it goes up from there.
Awesome. And then how much distance is there between buildings?
Between buildings is it's actually a little spread out just for the motif of the city. So you got a good 10-foot gap between a lot of the buildings.
Okay. God, I wish I didn't get rid of my long jump boots.
That's fair.
And
All right.
Pete, I'm probably gonna risk it though.
Right. Go ahead and make a stealth check for your hide action.
I will do it. Yeah, like 22.
Nice. All right. Yeah, you're pretty sure you're good to go. All right. The start of their turns. Borg, your spell. What kind of save is it?
It is a wisdom saving throw?
Wow.
Yeah, wisdom save. And they gotta beat 14.
All right.
Wisdom.
Jesus. Go ahead and roll damage.
It wasn't great. That was only 13.
13 damage. Okay. There's just a as the 5 right by the door are just getting smacked around by these dodecahedrons. The commander is just says back up and make a perimeter. And puts away his sword, pulls a longbow with a pair of arrows knocked, and takes 1 step back and prepare to fire. And these guys move say these guys move out of sight of you. The guards here they're pretty messed up already just from that, but they managed to back away from the spell effect.
Okay.
And then they all draw various ranged weapon options, except for the guys with the spears kind of tuck the spear in their back and pull a longbow like the commander. The guys with the hammer and shield that you can see just put away their hammer, and then you see a like a spell effect kind of get ready in their hand. So they all seem to get a spell ready to fire.
Okay. Got it.
And then it is Borg's turn.
I'm going to stand. Actually, no. From where I am, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon at 3rd level, right next to the elf that is directly in front of me.
Alright, one sec. The elf that has not had a weapon on him the whole time, you see basically like backhands, does like a backhand motion, and a spell effect just smacks that spell out of your hand as you try to cast it.
Oh.
My goodness, he's good. And I'll oh shit. I'll move away from the windows
Gotcha.
and like throw stuff against the door to see if I can barricade it.
Make a athletics check for me. You just like grab.
Nat 20.
Nice. You managed to pretty successfully just barricade. Let's see here. We'll put it on the outside for effect, but you managed to like throw some table behind the door, and the door opens into the shop. So you've got it set up so that it should be easier to like smash through the door than to actually just open the door. Although you also see that there is the window if they really wanted to get in.
Gotcha.
Whoa, Borg! I didn't know you could rage. That's pretty intense, bud.
Yeah, well, it's all adrenaline right now. I'm kind of freaked out a little bit. We can do this, bud! Choo-chee! That's it, my turn.
Let's go.
So, Bud, what are you doing?
All right, so I've got this wand, and I don't know how it works, but let's do it.
You just blindly use the wand?
I mean,
It's gonna be like a wand of fireball or something.
yeah, like, can I look at the wand? Like, does
Sure.
it look like it'll get us out of here?
I mean, it looks like it's sort of a what is that? It's known as Paddock. So it is a orange, smooth wood, and it is studded with bits of amber that sort of just also give off the orange to it. So it's like two shades of orange, one in the studs of this semi-precious stone, and one in the wood itself. Some wands like curve around and stuff. This is more of just like a straight stick that's been polished and then adorned. So what do you point it at?
Should I, like, yeah, I'm gonna use it. I point it at. I mean, yeah, I'll just like focus the power probably next to me.
You gotta pick a thing to point at.
Okay.
Do it. I'm ready.
Whether it's floorboards next to you, or a chair, or a cup on the counter, or...
Okay, let's do the chair. Let's do the chair toward the wall.
Okay, one of the chairs.
The far chair.
The far chair. All right, roll 3d4.
Okay.
Wand of magic missiles.
433.
All right, that's so you watch as 3 bolts of energy fly out of the wand at the chair and just completely smash it to splinters. The chair at the end is just a pile of splinters on the floor. So that-
She probably panicked, gave me the wrong one.
So that is
It's okay, we can still use that.
so that's your action. And you've used one of the charges on your wand of magic missiles.
All right. I will.
They all the guards outside are like, they're still casting fire. There's a bunch of arrows.
Spell casting.
They're like, you guys are casting another offensive spell, so they're just like, fire. There are 4 different arrows smash into the window, and as well as a few, what is it? 2 different fire bolts also fly in the window, kind of scorching some tables and some counters and walls. Nothing hits any of you guys. They didn't really have a way to hit you until after the window's broken. So, but now the window next to the door is busted. It's now like a wide open, able to get in and out of the store. But that is the end of Bud's turn. Chucholito, you are hidden up there, and you can clearly hear a couple of the guards coming around the side of the building. It looks like they are attempting to surround the place.
How close is that guy? The one that looks like he's closest to me.
That is, I mean, you're at an up angle, but he's still within about 20 feet.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm going to. Would I have to re-hide, or am I still like?
No, you're hidden from
Can
last.
I use my?
Yeah, you're hidden from last turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a shot using sharpshooter at that guy.
Bang. All right. So roll with advantage, with your -5.
Yes. Oh god. That is a 19 minus 5 is 14.
14 does not hit.
Fuck.
This massive arrow, and he doesn't see it coming. It just, this huge hit of an arrow goes right to where, under his ribs, where key organs are, but there's just a chunk of armor there, and it just shatters off the plate that he's wearing. And he's just like, what? And like looks up at you after just shooting him from right up there.
Okay. How... Let's see. How big is the length of the shop?
It's proportional to where it's at, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. It's about 45 feet across the whole building.
Okay, so if I ran and took dash as my action or bonus action, I guess.
Right.
Could I try to jump to the next building?
Yeah, you have a 10-foot to the next building away.
Okay,
so
that would be 55 all told.
Yeah.
Okay.
You do know that the rest of your party has no means of following you if you're making a run for it.
I'm not making a run for it.
Okay. Just trying to get
I'll
to the
still
next...
be able to see the guys out front, right?
From the next building back? Not really. So there's off to the left, there's a wider alley before the next building.
The way I'm picturing this is like right now I'm standing and I'm looking at that guy.
Right.
I want to run to the far side, kind of, perpendicular to the front,
Okay.
and then post up on the next building. So would I be able to see the group of guards that are in front of the building?
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. So you're trying to go stage
Yeah.
right to a new building.
Yes, exactly.
To have a perspective. Okay. You have the movement if you use your move and your bonus action to get over to the next building, as long as you make your check to make the jump.
I'm gonna try it.
All right, go for it. Athletics check.
Okay, so I'm gonna move, and it would be athletics.
Yes.
Gotcha.
It's
Okay.
more raw power to clear the gap.
Go to.
That is a 12 plus 1 for my strength is 13, plus 3 for my proficiency is 16, plus 3 because I'm an expert in athletics is 19.
That's awesome. Easily clearing the gap and landing on the smaller building that is in the next area. I think with around 15 feet to spare to go wherever you want to on that building.
I'll just head toward like kind of the corner.
Gotcha. Front corner or
yeah, front corner.
front corner? Okay. Clearing the gap. You can see the soldiers trying to, after your go, they...
I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I'm doing something.
There's a couple of them point up to where you are and go, the goblin jumped to the next building! And the 2 more heavily armored guys who have put away their hammers point up at you and cast Firebolt.
Beans.
That is a natural 1.
Yay!
And, oh my god. That's like a 12 to hit. That's going to miss also.
No, that will not hit.
Alright. On the other hand...
We're gonna fight this whole
That's
effing
like-
town.
this metropolis of magic elves. You'll just stab and poke your way out.
Just
One of them missed so badly with their firebolt, it just hit the building, but it did enough damage that there is a fire started right next to you
Oh, fuck.
on that building.
I didn't want that.
Let's see. The others are gonna try to do bow shots at you. That is a let's see. That's a 16 to hit. What's
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that does hit.
Okay.
That matches my armor
And
class.
then the next one hits, and then the commander also hit. Oh, geez. Okay, so there are.
You said commander was one of those? I'll
Yeah.
do an uncanny dodge on that one.
Gotcha. So the regular guards do 11 piercing damage and then 4 piercing damage.
Okay.
That's quite a range.
Clearly.
The first shot from the commander is would have been 20 damage, halved to 10. And then the second shot from the commander is going to be 19 damage.
Hey, that's a lot.
Yeah, you hit utterly porcupined with arrows just from these 3, and with fire flying around you. The commander also speaks to what seems like a main caster, and is just like, hold that one, and you are going to need to make a saving throw against hold person, which I believe...
Is that wisdom?
I think so. Let me look it up. Yeah, right, quick.
Yep. Wisdom.
Yep, wisdom saving throw.
14.
14 is exactly what you needed, so...
Oh, thank Christ.
Precisely
That was a
what you needed.
+0 in wisdom. That was not my,
pure
my-
roll. Always stressful. All right. That is their go. Borg and Bud, give me perception checks.
11.
2.
11 and 2. Okay, you guys don't notice anything in particular. And then that comes around to Bud.
Borg.
Or no, yeah, Borg is next.
Or is Borg next? Or it's I
Borg,
had a
yeah,
high
Borg's
initiative.
after Chicholito and after
Okay.
the guards, so it is Borg's turn.
Yeah, because I shot the chair at the start of all
Right.
this.
Sorry, I kind of zoned off there for a second. Can I do a brief look around to see if there might be any other exit here?
There seems not to be. This looking around, this shop looks like it's meant to not have multiple exits because you don't necessarily always want a back door in your high-end magic shop.
She can just
Um,
leave by
you
disappearing.
Oh, true.
you do notice a shimmer go across the counter at this point. You're not sure what that is, but it seems to be some sort of spell effect goes over the counter where all of the wands are stored.
Okay, could I do detect magic on that?
You can just make an Arcana check. So you can
Okay.
kind of know what that is.
Ooh, you know I do. 18.
18.
14 plus 4.
You notice the as the shimmer is going across, and it's taken a second to get across the whole counter. It's about halfway across when you kind of put it together, but all of the wands are it's like they're phasing out of existence. It's like all of the contents are being shunted away from where they are in this plane of existence.
Mhm.
So it seems like it's some sort of security trigger that is a spell effect that is just purely to like save the merchandise from
Yeah.
tampering.
Well, I appreciate that you did that, but stealing is wrong, and I won't do it. And then, once again, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon at level 3 outside. I can cast it within 60 feet of myself, so I should be able to get one of the elves, assuming I don't get counterspelled.
You, in fact, do get counterspelled.
But, alright.
Looking through the now broken window, the caster who had a hand aimed up at where you assume Chucholito must be, catches what you're doing out of the corner of their eye and then just smacks it. Smacks the magic out of your hand from the distance.
Alright, good to know. But I feel like maybe this is going to be something that we need to go outside and do some smacking. Are you down? Is that something you can do?
Hell no, I paid a lot of money for this. And I go to the window. And
Well, first, Borg, are you... so that was your bonus action to attempt to cast Spiritual Weapon. Are you doing anything else?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'll Sacred Flame someone if I don't get counterspelled again.
Oh, yeah, by the way.
Who are you aiming at?
I'm going to do that guy that's kitty corner of me, completely diagonal. Looks like it might be the captain who's on the
There's the dude who's been casting.
Yeah, I'll do the caster.
Gotcha. All right, Sacred Flames. Is that a dex save?
Save.
All right. That's a
14.
That is not enough. All right, that is a fail on his end.
All right, he takes 7 damage as the gout of silver fire flies down on him.
It's just like,
I hate when gouts of fire descend upon me.
right.
Better than gouts of gout.
He turns to the as he takes this blast of divine energy, turns to the commander and is just like, I think the time for diplomacy has passed. And then it is. Or do you want to do any movement?
No, I'm okay.
All right. Sounds good.
I guess maybe as a movement, I don't know. I guess there's no way I could like hunker down, is there?
Yeah, you could move to where you can't be seen through the open hole in the wall.
Oh god, yeah, then I'll do that.
Just kind of move over to this corner where
Yeah,
there's no
so-
window
sorry,
or
I thought
anything.
that there was like a complete view of us anywhere we went.
Nope. There's only the red marked area for the window.
Got
which
it,
has been
got it.
smashed open. Bud, what are you up to?
Yeah, I'm very disappointed that I have buyer's remorse because it's not the wand I wanted, but it's the wand I have.
Right?
So I'm gonna use it. So looking out the window, it just is the commander out where I see?
Yeah, he's you can see directly him, and he's kind of shouting orders and stuff.
Yeah. So I'm gonna expend 3 charges on this bad boy.
Gotcha.
I really don't like him. I don't know if I know this. I'm just using it in such a way that I want it to do extra power.
Right? You kind of
On
rub,
this.
you like rub extra gems on it as you point it.
I'm like, come on, let's go. So yeah.
Yep. Go ahead and roll your. It's 5d4, and then you're gonna add 5.
Okay. 2 and 1, 4 and 2, so that's 3, 5, 9, and then one more, right?
Yeah.
2, so 11 plus 5.
Yep. So 16.
So 16.
Yep. The commander just slams into him, automatically finding gaps in the armor. Sort of like he just got almost like flurry of blows from a monk, and he's just been battered by a couple of strikes. And just kind of looks over at you like, "What are you doing?" And just goes, all right.
And I'll just yell out, "You started this, idiot!" And then that's it. I'll move to an alcove on the side with my movement, I guess.
Okay. Same area as Borg or somewhere else?
Is there another kind of, you know how he has an alcove or whatever? Is there another dugout that's up than his?
I mean, you could just go to this side of it, yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay. Tuck up against the wall, so away from the gap in there, and then Chucholito.
Yeah. Well, I'm in a bit of a sticky wicket.
Yeah.
So I'm going to. I think I'm going to jump back to the main building.
Okay. You're going to make it like a running jump?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use a little movement to do that. Go ahead and make your athletics check.
Oh, fuck. Oh, beans. That's a 10.
10's all you needed, because this is well within within your regular long jump distance, so you really just needed a 10.
I rolled a 3. And then I'm gonna try to get back in the chimney if I can.
Yeah, you have let's see, I think you have about 5 more feet of movement, and then you can dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then you can action dash as well, and just slide down it. Just give me an acrobatics check, sliding down the chimney.
Not 20.
Not
there
20.
It is.
You slide. You guys see just a perfect arms out, exactly the correct distance to just slide down the chimney with no issue, and then landing with a bit of a tumble and popping out over here with just a little what's going on? But you do see Chucholito utterly messed up. Lots of arrows that have not even been bothered to be removed yet.
He's just covered in ash too.
Yeah.
It's Borg, I expected this mythical character to be a little more rotund, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So there is a blood and arrow and ash covered goblin just outside the chimney there.
Well, I made mistakes, okay?
Yeah. The commander turns and says, "Can you end that effect?" And the caster kind of goes "Sadly, no, sir." And it's just all right, ready, fire. And the fire is taken relatively literally. They don't have a shot on anyone, but there are multiple attacks of firebolt, as well as just some bursts of what look like small bonfires. And there's a burst of fire there, and a burst of fire there that just are existing now. Some soldiers have made it up to here to kind of create a line. And there is just some burning effects right there. Bud, what are you doing?
I guess I'll have to wait for the answer on his turn, but I'll be like, Borg, Chooch, has anybody actually died yet? And then I'll, I guess, gosh, can I go to, how big is the window? Is it a 2-grid window, or is the fire where the
It's
window
a
is?
good 10-foot wide, yeah.
Okay. I kind of want to whip this wand a couple more times. Because how many have I used? I've used...
You've used 4 charges so far.
Yeah, okay.
It's got 3 more.
And so I see like 3 more are lit up on it?
Yeah.
Like that I could... Okay. I will go to the window and I guess I'll just shoot one more at the commander.
A single charge at the commander?
Yeah.
Yeah, roll your 3d4 plus 3.
Yeah. 1, 2, 4. So 7 plus 3.
Okay, so 7 plus 3 is 10, alright. Technically, you could action surge and cast again if you wanted.
Oh.
You haven't cast as a bonus action, so you still have...
How does he look? How does he look after getting...
He looks... I wouldn't call him bloodied, but he looks like he's been injured.
Does he have, like, a smirk on his face?
Make an insight check.
18.
18. It's more of a like, why are you doing this? It's sort of like,
okay.
It's like if somebody...
Shoot him again.
It's like if somebody was like running from the authorities, but while they're inside like an enclosed building. And it's just like, they're just like, I'm just gonna wait at the door. Like, you can run away, but there's like, what are you doing?
Action surge. I'm gonna shoot one more charge.
Are you gonna burn your last 2 charges, or just use the 1 charge?
I'll just use the 1 charge, I guess.
Gotcha. Roll your 3d4 plus 3.
1, 1. Oh, whoops. I rolled 2, but they were both 3.
Okay, so 1, 1, and 3.
1, 1, and 3, and then plus 3.
So 8.
So is that 8?
That's 8 damage. Okay.
Yeah, 8.
He's like, and he's just like, stop that.
You stop, and I'll just move away from the window.
Just move back.
Move back, yeah. Okay.
He's just like, all right. Chucholito.
Okay. I'm going to try to leap behind the counter.
Gotcha.
And hide.
Yep.
And then I'm going to pop out and shoot at anyone through the window. Probably the commander, if I could see him.
Yeah, you're over here. You could probably take a shot at the commander.
Yes.
So I'm gonna roll my hide first.
Yeah, go
Take
for a
that
stealth.
smile off his face.
7 plus 3 and 3 and 3 is 9. It's 16.
16. All right. Let's see here. I guess I should use this passive. Well, either way. All right. So you try to hide behind the counter, and then you pop up to take your shot.
Yep.
It is a straight roll. There's no advantage on the attack.
14 plus 3 and 3 is 20.
20 does hit.
Okay. So he takes... Do I get my sneak attack?
You do not get your sneak attack.
He still takes 10.
Takes 10. All right. Yeah, he's looking a little messed up at this point. Anything else? Let's see. You said you used your bonus action. You have about 5 feet of movement left if you wanted.
Nope. No. I mean, I imagine I'm in at least partial cover there.
Yeah, you could go prone and have full cover if you wanted.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So you just go prone. just sticking low enough that you should be fully covered by the counter. You see that same magic effect is finishing up as you kind of see the counter from the back end, and all of the wands have now disappeared from the counter. Comes to the commander's turn. The commander says, I'll be over here. And he just seems more frustrated than anything. And you can kind of hear him move out of the way. And he just gives out the, like, ready, hold, and is having everybody hold. So he's just, none of you can see, but you hear bows tighten with arrows at the ready. People mumble castings, and then you don't see any actual spell effects happen. And you assume everyone is just holding their respective castings. And the fire begins to spread here on this roof, covering more area, and this fire spreads. So, Bud, the fire in front of you is now kind of engulfing the splinters of wood that remain from that table being kicked over earlier. And now you guys have some kind of fire, be it magical or just actual fire, blocking that window entrance. And Borg, what are you up to?
I will go ahead and kind of shout out. Shit, I don't know, man. Oh, I feel like the time for diplomacy has passed. Like they were planning on jailing us.
Oh yeah, so the read you guys have on the situation is they have every intention of arresting you and not letting you leave. And you are all kind of stuck in a building that is now catching fire. And they are at the point where they are going to let the building burn down with you in it, or you're going to come out and get arrested.
And I got a pretty nasty feeling with that insight that I had earlier about what would happen if we were arrested.
Oh yeah, it's you guys are orcs and goblinoids who they initially gave the benefit of the doubt and let you even vouch for someone who then has apparently committed an attack on the city. It would be a difficult set of checks to convince them that you guys are actually totally fine.
How's Chuchi looking?
You can't see him. He is ducked behind a counter.
When you came down from the chimney, Chuchi, how were you looking? Are you at like half HP? Are you bloodied?
He definitely.
I would say I'm bloodied. I'm at 21, but my max is 65, and I was attacked functionally for 1 round.
You've seen him, and he is pretty effed up. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I kind of convey that to the rest of the group, like, guys, I feel like we were put in this position. I feel like the only way to get out of it is to fight. I'm going to draw their fire, and then you go out and do what you do best. And then I'm going to bust out of the door and use the dodge action.
Gotcha.
So, like, all those bowstrings, the Titan bowstrings, the fire bolts, all those are coming at me.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm going to jump out and use the dodge
I was going to say,
action.
make an athletics check to, like, because you have barricaded the door already, knock your barricade. Huh?
Not great. 11.
11. You guys go to try to kick it casually. You know it's not going to move easily, so you would have to walk through the fire in order to get outside easily this turn while still having your action to take the dodge action.
I'll do that.
Okay. Make a dexterity saving throw for me.
7.
7. All right. So you take you take 3 points of fire damage. You march through that fire and dodging the whole time as you just stand out there, and the commander just goes fire, and they all take fire at Borg.
Oh my gosh, she's gonna go down.
Well, thanks to dodge, and these are all attack based.
Okay.
Well, actually, these are almost all attack based.
I've got my shield up. I'm kind of like ducking and weaving, moving myself, interposing the shield between us.
So 2 of them cast bonfire on your area.
So
Kind
2
of
dex
engulfing you in fire. So 2 dexterity saving throws.
Come on.
One is a 15, one is an 11.
Okay.
Add your 1. Add your 1 for...
Oh, yeah,
I
make sure
did.
you've added your
Oh,
stuff, yeah.
You did? Okay.
So another 6 points of fire damage, as you're not able to get out of the way of one of them. There's 1, 2, 3... No, 1, 2... Yeah, 2 fire bolts. Oh, wow.
You gotta
That's
be
a...
22.
One of them did hit. One of them got a 22. The disadvantage, they had a nat 20 and a 17.
Whew.
Jesus.
The other one totally missed. So that is... That's 12 fire damage. And 2 of them have arrows trained. That is a huge miss. And a slight miss. Alright. So you're
Ting, ting.
you're not as able to dodge some of the magic effects, but the arrows are just like clanking off of armor and shield as you kind of like almost turtle up with all the attacks, and you're just like, ah! Then it goes to Bud's turn. This fire is spreading to
Yeah.
towards you.
I'll go around and move that table out of the way. I'll go around the fire.
Make an athletics check.
26.
Damn. I'd say you just take the table and just like drop it on the fire, and like he's like with just your offhand just smack and like you just put out the fire.
Sick.
Except for the magic fire.
Sure. Yeah. Understandable. That'd be my action, right?
No, we'll say that's your it can be your action or your bonus action.
That'll be my action, and then bonus action to rage.
Cool. And you still have some movement left, so you could go outside if you wanted.
Yeah, I will rage, and I will go outside. So how far have I moved?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So you have your 5 more feet to basically get, we'll say get out, just to get out of the door.
Out the door.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm like pissed.
And you're raging, yeah. What level
Yeah.
barbarian are you at this point?
I'm 4 levels of barbarian.
Okay. Borg, from behind you, you see Bud just start to snarl, and you see the hair all over his body get longer and turn more blonde, and his jaw drop and widen with these sort of almost like orca-like teeth like jetting up and out of his jaw. His fingers extend with extra claws, still gripping his weapon on one side, but you see him just hulk out and have all these animalistic features appear.
Oh, that's new! That's new! Brad!
Yeah.
But I believe that's Bud's whole turn. And
Yeah.
then it
How,
is...
how much do you still resemble you? Because I didn't see that transformation.
You hear some, like, the sound of Bud raging.
Okay.
And I assume you're going to sit up from your position immediately. So you sort of see this transformation half happening.
Okay.
And Bud is still, like, has
Gotcha.
his clothes and armors, and his basic gear is still strapped to him, but just aspects of him have, like, hulked out.
Okay. Sweet.
And then, as one final thing, would I be able, since I'm just kind of in the doorway right now, and I
Right.
can't really move farther without an action surge, could I just pull out my shield just as I like hold
Oh,
space?
yeah, sure. Yeah, you
I
can
just
have your
want to
shield.
hold space because I just basically am like
If
walking
you
up.
if you have your shield though, you won't be able to use your weapon.
Could I drop it? And well, you're right. But
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily planning on using my those weapons. If I'm maybe gonna drop my shield and use more natural weapons, you might
Right.
say.
Sure. So you can basically make use of a shield or the glaive until your next turn, but you have to pick one.
I'll make use of the shield
'Kay.
because I'm planning on dropping it as soon as I start my turn.
Gotcha. So you got shield up, rage going, animalistic features pronounced, and then coming into Chicholito's turn.
I'm going to hide and then pop out and try to shoot the captain. How close is the fire to me?
The captain is no longer in your view.
Gotcha.
He has moved
Then
out of the way.
anyone I can, in my view.
Gotcha. Guard or soldier?
Soldier.
Soldier. Go for it.
Okay. My
So,
hide
stealth check.
is going to be a 18,
Yeah, that'll be good enough.
and my shot. Do I get advantage?
You do. Yes, you do.
Yes. No.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. I think it would have hit either way, but this is a 23.
Oh yeah, that's a hit.
Okay. Then that is going to be 15 all told.
15 damage. All right. Yeah, he takes that. Looks like you kind of get him when he's getting ready to like kind of loosening his shoulder to like do another like casting, and you just get that arrow right under the armor, and he's like, ah.
Nice.
So he definitely felt it, although he doesn't look like he's definitely not within one more hit of just like giving up on the battle.
Well, we can only do so much.
Right. You did get your sneak attack damage on that, unless you forgot.
Oh no, it's on there.
Okay.
I only do one d6 plus,
Well, you do. Oh yeah, what's 1d6 plus your sneak attack d6s? So. Okay.
Yeah, so
you've got about
6 plus 3d6 plus 3 plus 2.
Yeah. You've got another like 15 feet of movement if you want to go somewhere.
You know what? I'm heading back to Old Faithful. I'm gonna head back to the chimney.
All right. You just kind of hop over. Yeah, you get to about there, heading back towards the chimney. It goes to their turn. Borg, I need you to roll those concentration checks from the damages you've took, which I believe is like 4 different ones. Because you technically still have Spirit Guardians up. I'd forgotten about that. So we need
Spirit Guardians?
Yeah.
Concentration? Oh, it is concentration.
Yeah, spiritual weapon is not. But...
So... Ooh, I would have made them, except there's a nat 1 in there. So yeah, they drop.
Gotcha. All right. So that is not active when it comes to the start of their turns. The 3 over here, I'll move on you with manacles and whatnot. So I need Borg.
Still taking that dodge action.
You did take the dodge action. They are not attacking you though. But so I need Borg to make either an athletics or acrobatics check, trying to avoid getting manacled.
If there's so many of them, is this at disadvantage? Is it 1? Is it 3?
You have a straight roll. They have the first one has advantage, and the second one does not.
Okay, I'm showing you this. Nat 20! There it is.
All right.
Oh!
Nicely done. There is the guard was helping the first guy, and then the other soldier is also trying to get you. So you need one more athletics check.
All right. That one is not as good. That is a 7.
They got a 5. So you have managed to like scrape and push away these guys who are trying to arrest you.
Oh gosh.
check, which is just
Stop resisting! Stop resisting!
Oh man.
Help! I'll be depressed.
The guys who were concentrating on their bonfire did stop because they were reaching into it, so you don't have to worry about bonfire right now. That's them. The others see someone who has gone like full animal, but they're just gonna go for it.
Bring it on. Bring it
They
on.
can't get all the way there, actually. So they move to there. 30?
Bring it on. Let's go.
The commander says to the... So one of them gets up close enough to try to manacle Bud. Bud, you have advantage on this because you're raging, so make your athletics check.
You want me to make another one?
No.
25.
Okay.
25? Yeah.
Oh my
They
goodness.
actually, I'm going to say, the guy throws the manacles on you, and Borg, you watch the manacles go on, and then Bud just snaps them. like
Legend.
just like a piece of twine got wrapped around like a gorilla, and it just went like, no. Snapped immediately.
I expend a little bit of air from my nostrils, and a little bit of snot comes out onto him.
he does that recoil thing with like the one eye closed as it like spatters his face. The caster kind of looks back to the commander, and the commander just goes, "Hold them," and the caster goes to cast a spell. Need Borg and Bud to make wisdom saving throws.
All right.
Versus this.
That is going to be 18 for me.
All right.
It's only an 8 from me.
So Bud locks up and is paralyzed, and Borg shakes off the effect.
There are no strings on me.
It's gonna get interesting. Chucholito.
You might all have guessed what's gonna happen. I'm gonna climb the chimney again.
Give us an athletics check.
That's 22.
22.
Man, being a rogue is fucking great.
Go, Chew.
I
Yeah,
got +9.
you scurry pretty easily to the top of the building, and then you look over to see that this like half of this building is on fire. From rolling the damage.
Oh damn!
So it does it being on fire does a d6 damage, and if it ever does 5 or more, it then spreads to the next square, and the damage rolls on this fire have been awesome. That building is half burnt. Chicholito.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah, that was just your movement, you guys scrambling up there.
I'm going to... God, I just can't... I do not have the damage output. I'll hide.
Sure. They don't really have a perspective on you, so
Yeah, I mean...
yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess then at that point, rather than hide, I'll dash to try to get closer to the edge.
Sure. You would want to do
without-
you want to do stealth if you don't want to have them hear you scrambling across the roof.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. Then I'll do stealth.
Okay.
And I get advantage, or what is it?
You have your boots of
Advantage
Elvenkind?
on stealth when moving. So I get
Yeah,
advantage, right?
You do. You got your boots of Elvenkind.
Nice. My one bad roll this game has been offset. I rolled a 2 and a 12.
Nice.
Okay, so that is 21.
21. Yeah, you're doing fine. All right, where you wanted to move towards the edge?
Just, yeah. So I don't have to use, like, my whole movement. I don't want to, like, expose myself.
Right. You've basically used your movement to get about there on the roof. And then
Sure.
you'd have to burn an action or a bonus action to dash after your stealth.
Well, I had to use an action to get up. the chimney.
Or he just used your movement because he rolled well enough to just scramble up.
Oh, okay.
And you
Then
did
yeah,
it
then
before.
I'll guess I'll use my dash to get a little bit closer.
Sure.
Just yeah, as long as I'm not exposing myself
I'd
or
say
like standing in fire.
with your stealth, you've managed to get all the way up there, and you kind of scramble low and quiet, and you're pretty sure no one's heard you up there. And so you're
Good
up,
enough for me.
up on that corner, although that is your turn.
Wait.
That was Chucholito. Now it's all of them. Although I think did we forget Borg?
I think I got skipped
We might have
again.
skipped Borg. Yeah, Borg. What's your go?
Ruh-roh. Again, I am gonna cast. I'm probably gonna get counterspelled. I'm gonna cast Spirit Guardians.
Gotcha. They do intend to. What level is Spirit Guardians?
It's third, so
third?
a counterspell
Oh, yeah,
would
counterspell
immediately.
and he does have another counterspell slot, so he is going to use that.
Yeah.
Holding Bud and seeing you go for some kind of spell, it's just like he looks at you and just goes no, and he's just like gah. And you get the feeling this guy has like two jobs: hold person and counterspell. That's all he uses all of his casting for.
Okay. Then I am going to. That was I think that was an action. Bonus action. I'm going to. Oh, shit, I don't have any bonus actions that aren't a level. Okay. Then I'm just going to get ready for the next round of attacks, I guess.
Gotcha. Just kind of raises the shield. Just go. Oh, this is gonna suck. All right. And yeah, we kind of skipped over to Chucholito for some reason. I lost track of what I was doing. Bud, you are paralyzed for your turn.
Cool.
At the end of your turn, you can try your Wisdom saving throw again.
All right. Did I get? I got attacked, right? Or no?
They made a grapple check. It's sort of an attack. So
Yeah.
I'd say yeah, they're not.
So I'm still like raging, even though I didn't hit anybody.
Right.
Okay. I will involuntarily hold the shield that I voluntarily put up right before this.
Right. Wisdom saving throw.
Oh. Nope. 7.
Nope, still paralyzed. And we did Chicholito early, and then it was the guards are going to try to manacle you guys. This one moves up to assist, although it turns out that won't be that necessary. This one moves up. So these two go to put manacles on Bud. Bud automatically fails strength checks while paralyzed. So they throw on 2 sets of manacles, clamping all on Bud and kind of knocking his weapon to the ground. So Bud is chained.
And so I'll take my shield down.
Well, you can't do anything. You're like everything about you is all locked up at this point. You're still super paralyzed. Borg, make an athletics check, as they're gonna have advantage because one's helping the other.
13.
13 is not enough. This guy gets manacles on you and locks them in place, and then make another athletics check with disadvantage.
Chuchi, run! 16 and a 17, so that is dirty 20.
Dirty 20. They had a natural 20. They also have advantage since one's helping the other. So you have 2 sets of manacles on you, blocking any ability to like make movements that would effectively cast spells. Mm-hmm. And Bud is completely chained up. And then it would come around to Borg's actual turn.
I would struggle. I would fight. Can I try and break out of the manacles?
Yeah, make an athletics check. Be with disadvantage.
Come on, Borg.
That's a 10.
10 is not going to do it. Yeah, they are chaining you. One of them's coming up, pulling out some extra chain to like wrap you up, essentially. So yeah, you spend your whole turn trying to struggle out of that. Bud, you're still paralyzed as well as chained up. At the end of your turn, go ahead and make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. This is a 13.
13 is not enough.
Alright.
Yeah, this guy's got a 14 DC.
Gotcha.
So, still paralyzed. Extra chains are getting like wrapped on and doubled up. They do push you prone as you are chained up, just to like kind of put you off to the side there.
Sure.
Chucholito.
Mhm.
You see everyone getting chained and wrapped up and being set down.
So, both Bud and Borg have 2 sets of manacles on them.
Yes.
I'm going to run away.
That's what I would do.
Run away.
That's what I would do.
Are you wanting? You're pretty stealthy, and they don't have an exact read on where you are at the moment. So it's a question of: are you wanting to stay stealthy close enough to keep track of them, or are you just trying to flee to the edge of town, basically?
I'm trying to flee to the edge of town.
Gotcha.
What mostly what I'm going to do is I'm going to run away and use the Moonweaver's Ward to change into a halfling.
Gotcha. So you get just out of
So I've been walking around. Of the like small races,
right.
which one would be the most? Would I like halfling or gnome?
You've seen
Which would
you've seen a halfling, and you've seen a like a husband and wife of gnomes.
okay?
And that's it. There's not a lot of small races in the city.
Then I guess just based off the fact that I saw the one couple,
Right.
I'd choose gnome.
Gnome. Gotcha. So you just find it's not that hard for you, especially with your expertise, is to actually just exit the area,
Yeah.
and then go into gnome form. Make a perception check for me.
Straight up 15.
15. You notice there are 2 means of trying to like get somewhere where you think you'll have long-term ability to stay hidden. You heard someone talk about last time a labyrinth of where people go to like wander and meditate. You can see that it looks like sort of like the town's park. You can see the overhanging trees, kind of near the lake, and it looks like that's a spot you could get lost in, and have no pursuers really finding you. And then there's the literal wall that you could maybe make a break for. So it's, you want to go hide out in the labyrinth, or do you want to go for the wall? Although you know the wall probably has a lot of security.
I'll go for the labyrinth.
The labyrinth area. Okay, so you run off over to the park. With where y'all are at.
Just also real quick, at some point, because that's kind of my whole thing. At some point, I want to drink the healing potion I have.
Gotcha. Yeah, easy enough to do. Go ahead and roll for that.
Okay.
So.
And then carry on.
Right. I'm gonna say initiative's gonna be a little silly at this point. You guys are fully wrapped in chains or just completely out of the area. So you all, being Borg and Bud, get fully wrapped in chains. A cart shows up in a few minutes after that, and they Bud, you've kind of, eventually they're not attacking you or anything. You're just chained up and left and paralyzed for a little while. So eventually you do fall out of your sort of semi werebear rage form, but they just like cinch up all your chains and everything and pull you guys up into this cart and watch carefully, weapons at the ready, as they gag Borg to make sure he can't do any verbal components, and start hauling you guys away towards that tower that is still currently on fire.
What is this cart made of?
It is a wooden cart.
Okay, and then how strong are these chains? Is it like
They've got 3 layers of manacles on you, and you get the feeling you'll have to break each individually if you wanted to break out of them. And there's a good over half a dozen guards here that all have weapons drawn, ready to start stabbing you if you start struggling.
Am I still held person?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, I still am.
I'm gonna say it's gonna go the duration, so they've
Okay.
got you guys a little ways away before you're even not paralyzed.
Okay. I'm just weighing my options. I
Right.
don't really have options, but I'm weighing
So
what
make an intelligence check.
Oh, not very good, but not the worst, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, 6.
6. Your options have narrowed from kill all of them and run away, or just run away and like bat them away as they chase you, to just go with wherever they're taking you. Um,
Is
and
the commander near us? Can
yeah,
I
he's
kind of...
nearby. He's sort of directing everyone.
Okay. Is
He
he
looks.
within
One of them.
30?
Somebody does run up at some point and like put a hand on him, and you see some of his wounds heal up, and he just sort of like waves them away. He's just like, we have other things to do. Um,
Duly noted.
the commander does step up onto the cart with you guys in there and goes, "Okay, I'm mostly the one you all hurt. I think one of my men took an arrow, but he's fine. Uh, relax. We're taking you into custody. We'll try to find the truth of what's happening here. But stop trying to kill my men." Just sort of, you will keep casting spells at us, so you be quiet.
Um, wow. This is... I'm so conflicted.
There's not much for you to do at the moment. You have like 3 sets of chains. Like,
Right.
if you try to do it like blah and like bust out of it, you're just gonna start getting stabbed.
Exactly. But that's like an option I'm weighing.
Right.
Is what does he like look like, and like what is his like the like
The
how is he dressed? Like is
The
he...
commander has similar armor to the rest. His looks more medium, like a medium armor version of
Okay.
something the rest are wearing. And he seems to be like tactics wise, very on top of his stuff and
Sure.
keeping track of things. He's a competent commander, and you guys are in custody. So let's take a 5-minute break.
Let's do it.
And we will pick up here in a minute with Chucholito in the wandering wilderness here of the
Ooh.
labyrinth.
Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine.
Nobody's dead, and should
Nobody
be fine.
died.
Plus, Erders is out there somewhere. No idea where, but that
Technically nobody died, and technically they are the arsonists, and
they're technically the ones who set the buildings on fire. Yes.
we don't have fire spells, so I don't know what that was about. So really, I mean, all things considered, this guy, you know.
Full disclosure, I've been kind of waiting in the chat. I invited players from the upcoming stream for next Saturday called The Fallen Gods, where they are all playing. They're all playing Dungeons and Dragons gods that have had their powers stripped from them and now wander as mortals on the material plane trying to survive. But I have invited them to put in any divine interventions they would like to in the chat. So if they're watching and you got an idea, feel free to plug it in there while we all take a little 5-minute break.
What?
Very cool.
All right, we'll
That's
see you guys.
crazy.
We'll see you guys in 5.
Peace.
Okay. See you soon.
During the cart ride, Bud kind of starts to cool down after raging, and just thinks through. The headband's really firm on his head,
Right.
and the blood vessels constrict inside his brain and focus in. And yeah, he just thinks about how whatever happens in the future, we need to address the fact that somebody could just use a spell to paralyze us.
You guys do lack a wizard or such person who could prevent such things. Worth thinking about. So you guys are approaching the tower, but we are going to cut over to Chucholito. Chucholito. You see there are people coming out of the kind of labyrinth area. Looks like folks who are well dressed and things. As they see a gnome going in, they kind of give you a curious look as you're going in, and there's they speak to you in Elvish. Do you speak Elvish? Chicholito? No.
I do not.
And so do you just give them a polite nod and just walk past? You go in. You're wandering for some time. You know that your Moonweaver's Ward only lasts, I think, an hour. And you go in and you are wandering around, kind of keeping an eye out for some place to lay low, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Give me 2 checks, actually. Give me an investigation check, trying to look for a good spot, and then give me a religion check.
Investigation is going to only be well, hold on. Let me make sure I don't have I am an expert in investigation. So investigation is going to be a 9.
Nice.
And religion is going to be also a 9. 2 9s.
You've gone around and you find sort of a central area. It's not so much that it's an excellent hiding spot as you wander into it, and then as you stop and look around, you don't see a way out of it, which is kind of odd. There is a bit of light centered on there's almost like a well set up, except it doesn't go downward. There's just grass in the middle, but it is a spot where the moonlight comes in from the the tree canopy, creating a moonlit circle in the center of this little forested area. Give me a perception check.
10.
10. All right. You are on your own here. There's no one else around. It seems like most people have kind of fled fled this area because it seems more of a respite from their daily lives, kind of a place to meditate and all that. And there's the city's under attack bells going on, so most people have exited. But you see this little clearing where there isn't an obvious path out of it, and you don't even see a path that you took into it. You're just here. And what do you do isolated here at this spot as you're...
How big are the trees?
They range. They are anywhere from... there's bushes that go up about 10 feet that are covering the base of trees that go up about 40.
Are they pretty broad trees?
They're actually weirdly thin. They are skinny trees that go up very tall, weirdly tall for how not thick they are.
Gotcha. I'm gonna try to see if there's can I crawl kind of into a bush?
Try to
just
crawl.
to hide out and sleep, basically.
Right, just trying to find a hiding spot.
Yeah.
As your Moonweaver's Word flickers out, roll a d12 for me.
D12.
Straight d12.
Okay, let me find one of those.
I'm making my own cold brew with
12.
flavor teas. Nice.
Ooh.
12. Well,
That's either good or bad.
let's show you what's happening. Ah. Oop. The weirdly, we're gonna keep the chroma key on because that works. The moonlight is peeking through the canopy, and you can almost feel the stars in all of the bushes. There's a strange connection happening as you search for somewhere to hide. But as you come up to one of the trees where you think you might be able to get around to the base, you did not make your stealth check for the panther that leaps out of the tree and goes to attack you.
Fuck!
Ah!
Horrible!
So, go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh, shit! I was right that 12 was either good or bad. That's going to be a 10 for my initiative.
That is not gonna do it. Alright, so you are surprised by the panther, which has pounced on you.
Aren't I immune to being surprised? Isn't that a rogue thing?
No? There's a barbarian thing.
Okay. I knew it was one class.
Yeah, one of the classes has a thing. But you can feel like the moonlight and the stars around you as this panther jumps you. So it is trying to hit you with a claw attack. That is a 21 to hit.
It does it.
Whoop. That is wow. That is that is 16 slashing damage.
Wow, I'm fucking glad I drank that healing potion.
And then make a strength saving throw.
My specialty. A nat 1.
Not one. You are knocked to the ground. Where then it tries to bite you.
Had a bad day.
Got attacked by a panther.
So it's another 6 piercing damage.
On top of it? On top of the 16?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm at 9.
So it is
Full
then.
labyrinth.
Yeah. The panther, you actually recognize it. There is a I don't know if I verbalized this during your guys' stuff, but it has a single silver ear hoop ring in its ear, and you recognize it as the panther that had accompanied the drow that you guys got free from those red caps.
Gotcha.
It then, not wanting to do this in quite as broad and open, is going to try to drag you. Go ahead and make a strength or acrobatics check to try to not get drug.
Acrobatics would be 22.
22. Yeah, that's enough. It tried to like get an actual hold of you to drag you away, but you managed to kick free of it. And then it goes to your turn. I imagine you want to get up from prone.
I do. You're not wrong.
So you get up from prone. You still got like 15 feet of movement left, I think.
Okay, so I have some names written down.
Yes.
Was Gorier the drow?
Draz
Or was
the
that the
drow.
guy we were hanging out with?
I think that was the guy you were hanging out with.
Okay, then I don't remember the
Warrior
drow's name.
was my werebear dude.
Yep.
Right. I don't think I have the drow's name written down. Can
That
you
was,
remind me of what it is?
Draz was the drow.
I do have it written down.
Yeah.
It was one of the 4 names I have written down on this page. I would
Let's go.
pull out my sword.
Ah.
That's just a
The
goat.
random goat.
Sorry, I had to show you because he literally came to the rock outside my window. So he was like, I don't know.
Is
He
that-
asked him for something in goat and
Is
then
that-
walked away.
Is that your goat or a random goat?
Oh, it's mine. Sorry.
Okay.
It was remarkable because he came and looked eye contact with me,
Right.
made a noise, and then left. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
So you're
I
saying
just wonder- no,
you're
never apologize.
you're cross-classing
More
into
jokes,
warlock
please.
is what you're saying.
That was my attempt, but
Yeah.
subtle.
Okay, then I'm going to stand up. I'll pull out my short sword,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll like back away while still facing the panther,
Right.
and I'll just be like, Draz, please don't.
So what? So do you want to disengage from the panther?
Yes.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then where do you want to go? You're kind of held off from with the bushes and everything.
Just like whatever direction I can to put like any amount of distance between us.
I mean, you could go to that center area where the moonbeam is coming down.
Sure. Yeah. Why
Disengage.
not? Let's invite more chaos into this world.
Go ahead and give me another religion check.
That's a big 9.
That is a 9. Like before, when you could actually physically feel the moonlight,
Uh-huh.
there is a you can feel the weight of the moonlight on you as you step into that beam of moonlight. You don't know what that means or how to make use of it necessarily, but that is what's happening.
Okay.
And then you would still have your action.
For my, I don't know if I would have to use my action for this, but I'm gonna try to just like, I don't even know if like pray is the right word, but I'm gonna basically like put the intention out into the universe that it's time for the Moonweaver to come help me out because I'm in a pretty much a sticky wicket.
Since you're using your action, make another religion check.
Love to see it. Love these rolls I get a +0 on. Hey, a 19!
Oh, shiz! Alright. I had set the DC at 15 with then extra things happening if you beat 18. So, the moonlight itself pours onto you. You feel the weight of it, and you almost just like... It almost feels like a lotion you could rub into the armor. And you just kind of... As you go and touch the Moonweaver ward, you kind of look down at yourself, and you see yourself just disappear in the moonlight. You turn invisible.
I'm not mad at that. I'm gonna be honest.
And the panther whips around, and he's just like... and he's like, confused for a moment, kind of sniffs at the air. Seems like it can smell you, but it just walks up next to where you are, but can tell you're in the area, but is confused about you suddenly disappearing.
Gotcha.
Your Moonweaver's ward is now a +2 instead of a +1 armor, and you have just used its once per long rest ability to cast invisibility.
Snap!
I am stoked.
You are invisible right next to this panther.
I am not stoked about that. Okay. On my person,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take out a copper piece,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna try to fling it, like in one direction,
Sure.
while disengaging and trying to like stealth walk away in the other direction.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna try to like throw the copper piece so that it like disturbs a bush.
Right. Make a deception check. I guess
Deception.
this would be sleight of hand, really.
Sleight of hand?
You're not talking to him. You're just chucking something into a key spot to distract it.
Boy, the difference between me doing a deception check versus a sleight of hand check is huge. Ooh, I would have been fine either way. That's 25.
Oh wow.
Ooh, nice.
I rolled a 19.
That is excellent.
Nice.
I was gonna. 20 was gonna give you an opening to run. 25 actually does distract it, so it turns and then runs to like pounce on that area.
Nice.
So it goes over there. So you don't need to disengage. You can just go.
Great. Then I'm gonna like go.
Go, yeah. And there is a you have to run like through the shrubs to get out. So give me a athletics check.
Another good roll. That is a 16 plus 7.
16 plus
It's
7.
23.
Oh yeah. You managed
I'm an
to
expert in athletics.
smash through the kind of the natural barrier that is kind of closed off around you. You find yourself on another path. The panther does sort of give chase for a moment, but then you come across other people still wandering the area. They don't see you; they just see a random panther running because you're invisible, and they're just like,
right.
They're like, oh, and they start to like grab for their like sidearms and things, and the panther just immediately like stops in his tracks and goes off on a tangent and runs out of the area.
Awesome.
And
How
you
long
are-
does the invisibility last?
An hour. You could actually just nestle yourself somewhere and take a short rest.
I will do it.
All right.
That was the best that a piece of copper could buy. Like, that's worth so much. What you just used a piece of copper for.
You got a lot of value out of that. It's like having a it's like starting a farm off of one like avocado seed, and you're just like, I was gonna throw this away, and then I planted it. Now I make about $100,000 a year.
No kidding. I feel like at this point I've inherited like a title, like Chicholito the Copper Blessed. That's my heroic feat.
Yeah, the Copper Blessed. The Copper Goblin. That's a fun one.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Ooh, Adam, you make coffee, right?
Yes.
I think that's the thing.
In fact, I'm getting some to Adrian soon.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
That's
I've been.
true.
He doesn't just make coffee. He makes bomb coffee.
Specialty.
It is
I've been
really good.
I've been making cold brews for a while,
Heck
and
yeah.
I started doing starting with a hot water onto tea until it gets up to where it can seep for a sec, and then adding the coffee and doing a cold brew for like 24 hours. So I've been doing like raspberry teas and like chai teas and like giving it some background notes, and
I like that.
I've been liking it. It's been good.
That's clever.
I just got a
I
variety.
may end up using that and scaling it up and making money from your idea.
Oh, nice. I make no money right now, so that's excellent. Oh yeah, it's a little out of game, but yeah, I just got the notice from unemployment where they're like, I was like, hey, I quit because pandemic, and they're like, yeah, but you weren't fired because of pandemic, you quit because of pandemic. I'm like, yeah, but I still quit because of pandemic, and they were like,
Right.
yeah, but you didn't get fired because of pandemic, and I was like, okay, thanks guys.
Yeah, that is trash.
Yeah. It seems like a wonderful system with no holes in it whatsoever. Okay, out of game tangent resolved. So, heading back over to Borg and Bud. You
Real
guys,
quick, one question.
yeah.
Do I need to decide how many hit dice I'm expending before I roll them, or can I roll them one at a time?
No, you need to decide first, then roll, and so it's like you're rolling 5.
I thought
then you just
so.
roll a 5. All right.
If you care, I'm rolling 5.
Sounds good.
Take care.
Bud and Borg, you are pulled into a tower, and then each of you are put into adjacent cells from each other, and those are shut and locked. The commander kind of sits at a post and talks to some of the guards and tells them like they're locked in, it's fine, and it's like we searched them for picks, they're fine, and kind of tells the other guards that they can leave. Your as you guys are kind of loose enough chains for you to be standing while once you're on the other side of the locked gate. The commander kind of leans over to talk to both of you and is like, "Well, resisting is a problem. We're in a bit of a emergency situation, so I'm going to unchain you. I expect you to not try to attack me. Please lay your weapons down behind you. Try not to be casting any spells. I'll just tell you what's happening and hope you all can relax a little. The perpetrator who attacked our head of our city guard was initially got away but was captured." And he kind of points to a cell at the end of the room where you guys are all at and is like, "We locked him up in there, and almost immediately he had escaped, and we have no idea how. It's currently a citywide search as we try to figure out what happened. His panther got away as well, and on the lookout for that as well. You have not directly, other than our little skirmish, harmed any of our citizenry. So once assuming we can talk to this other perpetrator and confirm that you're not in league with him for the assault on our people, you will simply have to answer for the crimes associated with your resistance tonight. But otherwise, relax. If you are proven innocent, you're not looking at years, you're looking at a fine and some days. So please stop being dicks about it." And then kind of motions for you to kind of hold up your manacles. As you hold them up, he kind of undoes the lock on them and says, "There's a place for you to lay down." Unlocks. "Please lay down. Don't brandish your weapons. And he points at Borg and don't try to cast any spells. Just sit."
Do I still have my gag in?
You do, but the chains have been released. You have options.
Oh, still I can. It's
can.
not locked or anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
After he does that, he walks over to a desk in the corner and sits down and starts pulling out a logbook like he has just a butt ton of paperwork to do, and starts jotting stuff down. I would say Borg and Bud, give me a perception check.
8.
9.
9. So no. All right, you guys are sitting in some cells next to each other, as described.
Well, I'm glad nobody died.
Me too.
Seems like all of that could have been avoided if there would have been some open communication with us instead of planning outside to take us into custody without letting us know why.
if you could speak Elvish, that would have cut him deep.
Also,
From the corner, "I speak common."
your guys did a lot of fire damage to those buildings, but I'm happy to donate some gold to help the innocent people that you ruined the livelihood of.
The shade being thrown.
We did pay. We did pay that lady.
Oh,
The wand.
yeah. I didn't get a receipt, but you can ask her. I bought the wand. But, I mean, I guess if we have to pay for our innocence in this type of town, we could give the wand as some sort of tribute to innocence
From
before...
From the corner, the captain of the guard is like, "I'm well familiar with the wand you shot me with repeatedly."
is that what it does? She said it would get us out of there. Or I asked her for one that would get us out of there. You could ask her that, too. She gave it to me.
Borg.
Oh boy. Jay.
As you guys kind of have your conversation. As you kind of take a second to relax, you hear a whisper from the next cell. That is just like, "They're not going to let you go. They're planning to kill both of you. We need to get out of here. I can help, but I'll need your assistance."
I want to do an insight check on this.
Wait.
If they're lying.
Who is this guy?
I bet you it's the same dude.
Give me an insight check.
Right.
That is going to be, not super good. Does 25 do it?
Ooh,
19 plus 6.
25. You
It's Draz.
you do
It's
notice, recognize the voice is Draz, and you do notice the door to that cell is open. Like it looks like they have searched it, and where the voice is coming from. I mean, obviously you don't see him in there anywhere. You just hear the voice, and it's actually very convincing. You almost didn't catch that there's anything suspicious about what he's saying, but you kind of you put together that it's like, well, if there's a danger, why is he still here with his door open? Like he could have left. Like some of it's just not quite adding up, but you almost got the sense like he was completely earnest, and then it wasn't adding up, and you're like, no, he's trying to like he can't fight his way out of here on his own, and he just wants like you guys to kind of meat shield it a little bit while he gets out.
I mean,
So he's
Bud
apparently
is not motivated at all to escape.
he's,
I don't believe some random guy.
right.
I don't trust unless I fight him and he beats me. Bud doesn't really respect people.
Right.
Yeah. So with the 25 inside, I feel like he could have left, but he wants us. He wants to use us, but he's not being entirely forthright. That like he doesn't truly believe that they're gonna kill us, does he?
No. Yeah, he's just making that up.
Okay. I turn to him. What? Drace, is that you? Drace, are you there? Like whispering, very quietly.
Give me a stealth check.
Ooh, my specialty. Ooh, disadvantage because I'm in plate. Oh god, couldn't have gone worse than it did. That's a 6.
6. You kind of like you're not being that sly about it as you kind of like lean in to like talk to him, and the captain of the guard's like, "What are you doing?" You know, looks up.
I was. Sorry, I just had to. It's hard into plate armor, and then I mean we've been eating weird stuff on the road recently. Sorry, that was my bad.
There is. That's gonna hit. Uh, 11. 18. So you see some shadows crawl up the legs of this captain of the guard, and then a curved blade just out the chest and freeze over the chest, as appearing behind him is the it seemed like a drow ranger of some kind with these dual scimitars, but the blade and the captain's like and falls to the ground as apparating from behind him is Draz, and just like, you couldn't have just. Now I have to throw this body out the door, and they have to come in here and murder you, and I have to leave in the scuffle. Do you have any idea how annoying that is?
What? You could have just. He thought I was passing gas, man. Did you have to kill him?
He's not dead yet. And then you see him just slash at him on the ground. Now he's dead. Kind of goes to like rifle through the body of this guard captain. Kind of pulls.
Bud will just start screaming and hooting and hollering and just shaking the bars as much as he can.
He kind of like looks up at you curiously and be like, "What do you think they're going to think happened here?"
Gods! Gods! Ah!
The kind of like icy mist off the scimitar, he kind of like shakes, and like little icy splinters of blood and bits fall off the blade, and he then sheathes it. And he just takes the body and just lays it in front of where you are at. He's kind of flicked the ice shards of blood into your cell, and he goes, "Oh, they'll believe you are totally innocent, I'm sure."
While he's doing this,
Yeah.
while he's doing this, I cast Hold Person on him.
Do it. Each of you deserve an action off that. So wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save. He's got to
Come
be
on.
14. Roll low.
Gotta beat a what?
14.
14. That just fails. See him just like.
Oh, God! I'm being framed again!
All right. Let's have you guys roll initiative.
Help!
Let's go.
13.
Can I just say, this is incredibly hype.
Like incredibly high. Was that a
20,
Bud? What was that?
21.
21. And 12, and they come in at a. Okay. All right. Let's get in the mood here.
Let's go.
Bum 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 ba bum.
Dun, dun,
Bum
dun,
bum
dun,
bum
dun,
bum bum
Dun,
bum.
dun, 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 dun. I guess we're over there.
He's right there. Okay.
right there.
Okay, I like this.
Let's get that filter turned off. Okay. Technically no cloak. He had to give that up to get through the what you call it, the lady that got you guys teleported over here. So at the top of the initiative is actually the guard. The guard, their door to enter the area is in the corner. So walking in from over there is a guard who just is not aware of anything, just hears Bud screaming. And it's just like, what in the world is going... Captain! And Draz is just locked up, paralyzed. Bud, what are you doing?
Bonus action rage.
Yeah.
Moving to the corner, kitty corner of the cell closest to my bro.
Yep.
And then, how are the I guess pipes, whatever we want to call them,
The bars, yeah.
the bars, are they together enough or wide enough where I can reach an arm through?
You could get an arm through.
Okay,
Yeah.
you got the long grasp. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, he's got super reach.
So I'm just gonna try to do like one of those like the tomahawk down strikes with claw.
Oh, okay, so you're gonna go claw at Draz.
Yep.
Gotcha. Yeah,
You got advantage.
you would have advantage. He is paralyzed.
And if it hits, it crits.
There you go.
Both 12s, interestingly enough, but that's +8 to hit.
Ooh, all right. That is
Dirty 20.
a dirty 20 is gonna hit. So that crits damage. So double your dice.
Double the dice.
Yep.
Do I add the modifier to both, or just
No, you add the modifier once.
once and then double the dice though?
Yep.
Okay. 4 plus 5, so 9. And then do I add anything for
Just
the
your rage bonus.
The rage bonus is a +2,
So
so
11 total.
11 total.
All right. Yep. You see,
Yeah.
Borg. You see Bud just hulk out into this sort of half bear form, and rake the dude in front. Now you do have multi. Do you have multi attack yet, or extra attack?
Well, I have.
Are you?
It doesn't
Your
say. No.
Well, you're fighter 3, barbarian 4 right now, right?
Yeah, so there's nothing I see
Okay.
about.
Now you need that 5th level barbarian to get the 2 attacks on the action.
But what I will do is action surge.
You would have taken a short rest in the cart on the way here, so yeah, you guys would have your action surge back.
Sick.
So
Yeah, because it was a just short rest. Okay.
Yep.
So I do have it back. Then I will go for it.
Go for it. Action
Okay.
surge. Plow.
And it. 19, 27 to hit.
Ooh, that is a hit. All right, roll that damage again. And you do
And then
double
the
the dice. Yeah.
7 plus 5.
All right, so 12 damage again. All right. Yep, just with a couple of claws. I mean, he's paralyzed, so he can't express his injuries that much. But yeah, he's already pretty clawed up. All right. Next would actually be Borg.
I'm going to. Let's see. Spiritual weapon does not require concentration, so I'm going to cast it right next to him,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to take a swing. Oh, I'm doing it at level 2,
Gotcha.
and I'm going to take a swing at him with advantage, which
Go
is
Borg.
probably going to miss. 13.
13 is a miss. Is the dodecahedron just smashes next to him.
But I am going to rush to the front of the bars.
Yep.
Is there a gate, a door, anything like that?
Yeah, it's like a hinged gate that can be opened, but it is you are locked at the moment. So you can either try to force your way through, or if you had means of picking the lock, you could try that.
I'm gonna try and force my way through. Just throw my body against
Make
it.
an athletics check.
Ooh, that's gonna be a 12.
12. Now you smack against the bars, and all right, okay, and yep, you have not broken out of there. So it comes to Draz, and what was your DC on
14. It's gotta be 14 wisdom.
14 wisdom. And gotta check something.
This guy tried to frame us. If you didn't hold person, we would be like on trial for captain's death.
Right. I had to do something. We had to do something.
All right.
He's fair to us, mostly.
What's that?
The captain. I mean, this
Yeah.
guy, he wasn't like a complete D-bag. He was just doing his job.
So all right, so things got a little weird there for a second. All right, the dude in front of you is locked up and paralyzed. The guards, more guards, runs forward, sees you all attacking this guy, gives you the gives Borg the emotion of like stop trying to break out, and then but runs up and just like throws manacles on as other guards are pouring in. They the guards like as they tie up. Long story short, Draz has a +0 on its wisdom saves. And so I rolled like 5 in a row just to see if he would get out at any point in the near future, and the answer is no. So
Nice. That was so clutch. It happened to us, and then we did it right back.
right,
Oh,
right. So they
love the spell.
They slap some of those on there. They see the dead guard captain, but they walked in on you all attacking him, and they're like, they pin him to the ground, and as he looks up, they go, it's as things calm down, they look up to you all and are like, I think it's pretty obvious you're not actually with this man, as you all have like, by the time he's got him all chained up, you guys have both like bashed and clawed and scraped the guy to near death, and they're just like, they puts him in a cell, and he's just locked up there, and they turn to you and they're just like, I think actions will here have proven that you all are not in league with this assassin, and they kind of grabs the keys off the floor to unlock and let you guys out.
You need to like magically bind that guy. He could just pop out.
we sent word for casters that are on their way, and soon enough one of the caster type guards has shown up, and they search him over. Since this guy's paralyzed for a full minute because he just can't roll a 14. They look him over and they pull out a set of lockpicks, and they're like, "This must be how he got out of the manacles initially and managed to escape." And somebody said, "If he escaped, why is he still here?" And they ask you guys what happened?
He popped out of his cell. He stabs Captain, who was not being a douchebag, even though I thought he maybe would be. But then he kills Captain, and then says, "I'm gonna leave, and and then you guys will look like you killed him." And then so Borg over here did something cool that you guys did to us earlier, and stopped him. And then I started trying to kill him because I think that's really stupid.
It's just okay, very well. Fair enough. We've sent for another commander who will more than likely sign for your release. And it feels weird for you to be locked away. You're clearly not with this assassin. And he goes up and unlocks your guys' cages. Yeah, that was going to be a lot more of a slog without hold person. There's a whole bunch of abilities that are not happening now. Oh, man.
That was so clutch that you have that.
Yeah. And
I think we both got out of some unfortunate situations there.
miraculous survival, I would call it.
By the way, he's got a panther. It's just a normal panther. It probably doesn't pose too much of a threat.
Just a wild animal. What could go wrong?
Panther does 19 bite damage or something like that. I was like, what kind of cracked out panther is this?
Right. All right. Back to Chucholito. As you finish up your short rest and your invisibility is about to drop, make an intelligence check for me.
Nat 20! Oh!
Woo!
I'm so smart.
Thinking back on the hit you took from that panther, you are realizing that was sneak attack damage. You do that often, but instead of a dagger placement into a particular thing, it was just claws. But otherwise, it was just a straight up sneak attack hit. So, but how a panther is also a rogue is hard to comprehend at the moment. But there's definitely something going on. And also give me a perception check.
That one's a 12.
12. All right. You finish up your rest, and you don't sleep because it's just a short rest, but you're invisible behind one of the trees. You become visible again, but you are in a.
Hold on.
You would have a
Hold
goblin
on.
form.
When I finish my short rest, that recharges the ability to do the disguise self spell.
Yes.
Can I
You are.
get that
You will
poppin'?
you will be a visible goblin for about it'd be about a minute, and before you are
then
fully done
yeah. Then
and recharged.
as soon as it's kind of winding down, I'm gonna frantically look for. I mean, even if I have to crouch or hide in a trash can,
yeah, you don't see any trash cans. But there's
what labyrinth is this?
Right. There are spots to kind of duck behind. I see someone who's definitely not one of our gods has decided to give Borg a lot of money and level 20.
Oh, gotta trust him. Gotta trust him. He said it.
Pretty sure that's not their login.
That was a nice try.
Yeah,
I like that.
Nicely tried.
Thank you, you fair god.
Very fair gods. Thank you. All right. So, Chucholito. So you start making your way through some paths again, and as you do, give me one more perception check.
again.
Okay. All right. So this time you are simply walking through one of the paths, and just a little too late for you to really do anything about it. You hear the crunch of leaves and twigs as something jumps out.
Not more panthers.
Then not more panthers. Same panther. It's gonna try to pounce you. That's a 22.
That does hit.
That is 22 slashing damage. As you are surprised and jumped by this panther again. Make a strength save for the pounce effect.
Good God.
Has been tracking you by scent, and as soon as you had your general area figured out, and then as you walk out...
Is there no limit to uncanny dodge, just that I have a reaction?
That you have a reaction. You would... I believe you... I don't think you can use it while you're surprised.
I don't think so either, but it doesn't say. It says starting at 5th level, when an attacker that you... Oh, that you can see. So
Oh, okay. So
I
being
can't see him.
surprised, you didn't really see him, yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, so I take the full brunt of the 22.
Yep.
I regret only using 5 of my hit dice, I guess.
And then a strength save.
No. That's 4.
Gotcha. Alright, so you are knocked prone, and then he's gonna bite you for another, wait, is that, ugh. I hate to look up if it's 6 or 7 damage with that roll, but this might matter. Okay, so that is 6 slashing damage, or...
What was the attack,
6
or
slashing
does
damage.
he not have to roll?
He with the pounce, he knocks you prone, and then the
Gotcha.
attack is he got like a 22 to hit, and then
Okay.
and then he bites you with that attack.
Can I uncanny dodge that?
I'll say sure, yeah, you can uncanny dodge the 6 down to 3. Oh, I'll fix that next turn. Roll initiative for me.
17.
Okay. So you were... Okay, so then you technically actually go first now that you're past being surprised.
Okay, I will stand up,
Right?
and I will pull out my short sword.
Gotcha.
I'll attack him.
Sure.
Is there anyone around?
No. This is, most people have cleared out of the... Well, roll a d12 for me.
That's a 9.
That is a 9. No, there is nobody in the area.
Gotcha. Okay, then I'm going to attack him with my short sword.
Yep.
That is 20.
20 is a hit.
Okay. And that is going to be great. Love to see that. 3 damage.
3 is not amazing. Wait, how is it?
No,
3?
I rolled a 1.
It's a... Well, you don't just have a plus
It's a
2.
+1 short sword, and I only have 1 strength.
It uses your dexterity modifier.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
I didn't think short swords
baby.
were a finesse weapon.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, well then,
Famous.
it's much better. It's
Yeah.
actually 5.
5.
4.
Okay.
5. No, it is 5. 1 + 1 + 3
Yeah.
is 5.
That is true. Alright. 5 damage is an okay hit. The panther goes to... Or do you have a bonus action or movement you want to do?
I can't really...
You gather this thing likes to pounce on things, so getting distance isn't necessarily a great idea.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I think I'm just going to stick with it.
Right. You could, bonus action, you could use like an offhand dagger to try to get another stab in. You wouldn't get your
sure.
You don't get your ability modifier to damage, but you get any other damage, like if you use one of your ice daggers.
Yeah. Oh, great. And that was a fucking solid roll. That's a 19.
That is a hit.
Woo!
Okay, yeah. So
those-
I whip out an ice dagger and kind of jam it in his neck.
And I believe
So that is going.
those do an extra die of elemental damage, so you're rolling 2d4 for damage.
Yeah. I need to get a second D4.
You're not gonna get to add any ability modifier, but 2d4 still.
You know what? I'll still take the extra 2 damage.
Heyo.
Is that 2 total or
Yep. I rolled
double
ones on all my damage dice.
Jeez. All right, Panther is up. Panther is just gonna go for a bite attack. It's really all I can do right now. That is a 10 to hit, which is gonna be a
It
miss.
misses. Thank God. I need a break.
Kind of managed to shove it off of yourself. This goblin versus panther melee in the middle of this forest. Let's see here. There it is. All right. And then it is your go again.
Oh, it's my turn
That's
already.
all I can do is try to bite. Like, it's just a back and forth between two creatures.
I'm
right
used
here.
to this panther just having its way with me. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna hit it with my short sword again.
Do it.
Ooh, that was a horrible roll. That is only a 10.
A 10 is a miss, but you can go for that offhand again.
If I do that, I won't be able to uncanny dodge, right?
Nope. Uncanny dodge is a reaction, so that doesn't use your bonus action at all.
Oh, then yeah, sure. I'll go with the ice dagger again.
Do it.
And that's a nat 1.
Oh, yeah. You kind of you almost try to do a fancy throw the dagger at it, and it just moves out of the way, and it just digs into the ground behind it.
Sweet. This is going super well.
You're doing good.
It it just snarls and tries to get a slash at you with the claw. That's a 15 to hit.
That misses.
All right. That glowing Moonweaver's ward is helping protect you a little. And then it's back to your turn.
It's getting the short sword again.
Go
This
for it.
time it's a 15.
That is a hit.
Thank God. And I rolled another 1 on damage. So if we're keeping track, that's 4 1s on damage in a row.
And then
But that is 5.
Yeah, it's +1 damage, and it's your dex mod, so...
Yeah.
All right.
So 5 roll total.
5 total. You kind of... It goes up for the claw, and you just sort of as you throw the dagger, so your hand is free, you kind of just grab the inside of the arm and lift up, and then stab with the short sword, catching it. And as you do, it's almost like all of the fur and muscle just sort of explode off of it, leaving behind a medium armored drow with a bony headdress and a pair of daggers, and it's just now standing there with you in front of him, and he's just looking down. He's just like, clever little bastard. You still have your bonus action if you want to do something.
Yeah, I'm gonna... I'll go for another dagger.
Gotcha. Go for the stabby.
I've got 4 on me.
Right.
So I have another cold dagger, too.
Do
So
yeah,
I'll
pull that from the belt. And
try to stab him with
Yep.
that. That is 17.
That just hits, yeah.
All right.
Woo!
And that is going to be 4 damage.
Nice. Kind of get past this this odd breastplate that he's wearing, and cut some of his actual flesh. And the drow just kind of almost just grabs your forearm as you're cutting him. He just leans in, and he's just like, "You've seen me, actual me. It's time to die, little man."
I'll race you. Let's see who gets there first, huh?
All right. let's roll for that. You actually, at the top of the initiative, you see coming around the corner an unarmed, just like loose flowing robe, very elderly high elf who just walks in on this scenario of a knife fight between a drow and a goblin in the middle of this forest.
Is disguise self a concentration spell?
I don't believe it is. So actually, it is a gnome and a drow. It kinda, let's check his initiative.
Disguise self is not a concentration spell.
Right. All right. So you are still a gnome, being accosted by a drow in this forest.
I see that the robed man.
Yeah, you see him walk around the corner and kind of look curiously at the situation.
In my most pitiful voice, I'll be like, "Help me!" Ah!
Make a deception check.
I mean, I do need help. It's not that much of a deception.
It's not really. It's more of a persuasion, I guess, technically. Yeah.
Either way, 15.
15. All right. Looks like you are winning that contest. Running up. We're gonna use one of these guys. This guy was about 60 feet away about a second ago, and he's just there now.
Oh, shit.
Just there's a hardly even a noise made as he runs up, and he kind of looks down to you, and he just goes, "Flee! I'll take care of this."
Oh my Mao. I can't think of the thing where the guy says, "Oh my wamu shinderu," then the other guy goes, "Nani?" I assume this guy's a monk, and he's about to get punched 1,000,000 times.
Yeah, there is a guy looks up and he goes, "This pitiful little whack, whack." 2 hard punches, one to the jaw and then one to right about where you assume drow kidneys would be. And he kind of is successfully stunned, followed by a flurry of attacks, just like pop, 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 and is sort of like doing a weird thing where he's like circling him, just like pop, 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 and kind of as he comes around to you, he kind of gives you a little just a little push. He's just like, "Go, I've got this." It's just like, all of which you realize has all been in your head. He hasn't spoken any words, but you've been communicated to telepathically, and then you make a break for it.
Yep.
Like, you don't have to tell me twice. Chicholito makes a run for it. Give me an investigation check as you're fleeing into the area.
11.
11.
Oh wait, sorry. 17.
17. Cool. You actually find the entrance, which is enough time has passed that actually you can actually see Bud and Borg being walked around by guards. Apparently, not in chains or anything, just being walked around, like they're all looking around.
Am I still a gnome?
Yeah, you're still a gnome as you run out of the labyrinth area.
Okay. Then I'll get close, but I want to try to get a good idea of what's happening before I'm like, "Hey guys!"
You make an insight check as you've refound everyone.
10.
10. Yeah, it seems like the vibe is very similar to when you guys showed up, and were being escorted by some guards. The guards are almost very apologetic, for lack of a better term. You get the vibe that they got the idea, it was all a misunderstanding, and somehow you're not sure how that could have happened, but Borg and Bud apparently are on good terms with the guards. We're just
Great, then I'll dismiss the disguise self before I call attention to myself.
Right, you just kind of walk up to them and
I'll be like, "Oh, there you guys are."
Choochie! Choochie!
Ouch, yes.
And then I cure wounds him at level 2.
Hey, I'm not mad at that.
Because you look beat up. How much HP do you have left?
I'm actually at 30. I'm not doing too bad. I used 5 hit dice on my short rest.
You are disgusting.
He's
My
so
God,
covered in
you have
ash and
so much HP. Oh my God, you still have an arrow sticking out of your shoulder. That is a fat heal. That is 20.
All
Sad.
right, back up to
I
50.
rolled an 8 and a 7.
Nice.
Where were you? What happened?
Well, I look at the guards before saying, I found myself in the labyrinth where I was attacked by a panther that ended up being a drow. I think it was the panther that was with. I look at the guards again and say, a guy we met earlier.
The guards look really confused about Panther, who's a man who's a what? And you would see there's a or no, he doesn't know how to exit the labyrinth. Looking back at the labyrinth, there's just like mist and shadow. They're not sure how to make that work. But yeah, that's where you guys are at.
Should we go? Should we go kill the panther drow?
No, I didn't stick around, but an old guy came and I'm pretty sure he killed him.
Is this old guy a good?
Oh,
old
he was
guy?
incredibly scary. I certainly, he seemed nice,
Okay. Yeah, he'll
but
probably
also
take care of it.
horrifying.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he seemed nice, then everything must be fine.
I mean,
So,
you know, maybe.
I mean, as
keep
far as this city goes, I'd like to help it out, but I'm also not exactly gonna jump down a cave to find out what happened there. But yeah,
I'll turn to one of the guards and say, well, how many exits are there to the labyrinth?
They go, oh, just the one, but there are people.
Okay,
who...
well, tell you what. Have someone stand out here, and if you see either a panther or a drow, that's a bad dude. And you should arrest him.
Based on the description of the man who went after the drought, there's an 400 or 500-year-old monk who spent the last 100 years or so wandering the labyrinth looking for the Moonweaver's blessing.
You were there 2 seconds and you got it.
Yes!
I was rolling that D12 also each round. And sometimes you hit a 12. Sometimes you hit a 12 for bad, and sometimes you hit a 12 for good. They're like, that's one of the Moonweaver's champions came to your aid. That's amazing. Are you a follower of the Moonweaver?
You know, earlier today, I'd have been like, I don't know about that, but I'm all in, baby. I'm all Moonweaver all the time.
yes. Power of,
Big Moonweaver guy.
power of the Moonweaver. Bud goes to do the Moonweaver handshake with, as if Chooch knows it. Power of the Moon.
I do my best. I
Yes,
go for a high five.
This is good.
We'll do one of these.
Yes.
You know.
This
Do you
is gonna
want
be
me
like
to
the
fight?
Craig and Dumbbud thing where you just like catch him completely unawares. He's not really sure what you're doing, and you like bowl him over in front of people.
Do you want me to bite you when I can give you the powers?
Wow, that's awfully forward of you.
Well, I've never tried it. I don't even think it would work, but just let me know. I know a guy.
10-4, I'll keep it in mind.
Power to the Moonweaver.
Word.
What is Chucholito's wisdom? Out of curiosity.
11.
11? Okay. So there are certain multi-classing options that are not options for you, but that's well, you all have had an interesting day at the store.
Yeah, that was maybe the worst shopping trip we ever have had.
There's some guards behind you putting some water on the putting out the rest of the fire, and people bringing up wood to try to repair the window and the stuff that got damaged. The town itself is still kind of buzzing with the fact that they were attacked by some kind of assassin that has since been subdued and captured. Let's see, we have Helm, god of the realm, has popped into the chat to bless the stream with your high rolls and your enemies low, which is the only explanation I have for how this thing worked out.
I love it.
I was like, oh, so okay, this is gonna be the total party wipe. That's
Right?
fine.
Yeah.
I think that
I'm just sitting there like everybody's gonna die.
Yeah.
It's
We're
gonna be
lucky.
Erders starting a new group somewhere in the Feywild.
We're lucky that like just nobody really died. We were sort of able to like all diplomacy was gone, but then diplomacy was regained when we didn't technically
Right.
kill anyone.
Their motivations were largely just to capture you guys, and so once you came out of the store and that was an option for them to attempt, they were gonna give it an attempt for 2 turns, and if that didn't work out, it was just stab and smash time.
And then we just luckily got apprehended, I guess.
It was sort of lucky that Bud failed the hold person and then got chained up. Yeah, that was an interesting turn of events.
I think that went as well as it possibly could have.
That's true.
That was so weird. And then Captain died. I actually started to like Captain.
Yeah, the captain.
Me
You guys
too.
never really got his name. Yeah, he is deed. And there is apparently what you guys gather. We'll say you guys have a couple of days of downtime in Singorn here. What you have gathered information-wise is that there was apparently an assassination attempt with these drow, and they were able to activate some sort of magic item to create a large fireball explosion in the room with their head of the guard. So they were able to successfully kill the head of the guard here, and this other lieutenant or captain type guy got killed in the prison there. So they're a little bit on high alert because their leadership and their defenses has been destroyed, and so they're a little worried there's about to be an assault. And they say that they are making preparations to return to the material plane to avoid any assault here at the Feywild. So the entire city is about to return to the material plane, and you guys will have the option of either returning with the city or trying to figure out some way of returning the crashed airship with the Chicholito putting in his votes. But I think we will cover that next time.
Sounds good.
Oh my
But-
god.
That's amazing.
Well done,
That
guys. That was
solved a lot of our problems.
that went all over the place.
Great game.
Crush.
Hell yeah.
Bud would wait around the shop. If the lady comes back around, he wants to exchange the wand for what he actually purchased.
Wait, what did he actually want?
Well, he said I want to buy a wand that would get us out of here,
Oh,
and she just gives him a magic missile.
She just gave him a gun.
right. I need.
I don't
Help!
know.
I need a way
Like,
out
I
of here. It's like here's a gun.
I guess he would make a slight attempt, but if we don't end up seeing her, we can resolve it later. It's
Yeah.
not like the biggest deal.
Right. Yeah. Well, you guys figure out what you want to do with some downtime, and access to a high magic area with shops and things and enchanters and all that kind of jazz. You didn't read.
Are we gonna be in another continent when we go back to the material plane?
That is the deal with how this city works. They will be returning to Tal'Dorei.
Oh
Uh,
crap!
We'll
We're
be
going like across the world,
Yeah.
guys.
You had a
Ruh-roh.
you had an archfey teleport you. You went pretty far.
Guys, we're really.
Yeah,
far
we're all
from
just
home.
doing our best.
Yeah.
Our
I mean,
mission to like go
that's true,
start a
everyone.
new colony, and we just end up on another continent.
We were
Right.
supposed to escort that thing in like a week. The big turtle. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
What is happening?
Lots of things were supposed to happen, and then things happened differently. Feel free to pop in next Saturday for the Fallen Gods game in the afternoon. I think we're starting at 1. I got to double check with the new crew.
That sounds really cool. I'll
yeah.
try to.
Are you?
jump on.
Are
Really
you?
like the concept.
So I haven't read the Theros book, but are you
Hmm.
like?
I have it, and I might use some of it.
Okay.
We'll see. I gotta look through the power dynamics. The way we're currently handling the fact that these are the premise is there are gods of D&D. Some sort of dark ritual was completed on the material plane. The gods have all been stripped out of the heavens down to the material plane, and their powers stripped of them. Their equipment turns mundane, and they land in a village. And almost immediately they pause and look around, like not being used to being like medium size and normal like lowish level adventurer types of various races and classes. And then there's a large explosion, and the city is immediately under attack by some sort of dark clad army of menagerie of ancestries attacking and wiping out much of the pantheon. So there are power dynamics in the region of the fact that divine casting is basically eliminated for all NPCs because all the gods have been pulled out of their seats of power. Their equipment's been turned mundane and getting ruined as it takes attacks, and so they need to kind of re-equip themselves. They need to get out. They need to survive. They gotta figure out what's going on, and antics ensue. So they all have a custom background where they've chosen 2 skills, and then they have access to the second level cleric channel divinity for one of their domains, as a former god of that type of magic. So if they're like a light domain, they'll have the light domain channel divinity once per day, or war domain or whatever domain they're associated with. So we have Helm.
Who's Hell?
Helm is one of the gods. We have the Moonweaver is one of them. There's trying to remember Bakab, is a wizardry, a god of wizardry kind of thing. There are 5 total gods, and those are the ones I remember off the top of my head because I am sleep deprived.
Are these? Would this be like happening also somewhat concurrently with us?
No, this is a totally different world.
Okay.
It's I can actually, through the magic of computer, I can do a thing where I hit a plus, and I say I want to add an image, and it's like, what image would you like to add? And I'm like, how about a campaign map? Wow.
That was like Pumat Soul's younger brother or something.
He's Pumat's little brother. Like, what if we just had a little like map come out and it was like all fun and all that kind of stuff. So the world is being called Erdunia, and
Whoa, cool.
And
we'll probably accidentally go there with another plane shift pirate ship.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So that is the campaign map that we are working with.
So cool.
I like it. They are going to be starting off over in Ordinia, next to the unclaimed desert, which is quite the expanse.
Sorry if you answered this already. Where'd you get the map?
That is a literal map.
That's the Ottoman Empire.
Yeah, that is Earth. All I did was erase Italy.
I was gonna say that. That's like Gondaria and Ozan ended up being the Ottoman Empire in like, I forget the year, like 1200 AD.
It turns out it's a lot easier to just use a map of Earth and like make some modifications than it is to like draw a fresh fantasy map. So
Nistia looks like Egypt or somewhere around there.
There's the unclaimed desert. Ordinia is around where Egypt is. It's sort of Egypt.
Super cool. That's like a really good
and,
idea. Just make it the whole planet.
Right. Egypt and Israel is sort of makes Ordinia, and there's Nistia and Gardenia. So yeah, it's kind of like, I like the idea of like editing the Earth and making that the map.
Like instead of a lake, it's like or a sea. It's like the entire. I mean, it's like a massive ocean.
Yeah, you can rescale it because D&D worlds are usually smaller than Earth, as far as their scale and all that. Just because it's
super
telling
cool.
someone like that somebody's like, I want to go over there, and be like, all right, 10 years of sailing later. Like,
For sure.
yeah. But yeah, and it turns out it's actually really easy to make names when you have an actual like labeled map to work with, because you can just D&Di's regions and cities, and
Put it in the chat when that's going to be, and I'll try and pop in. I
Yeah.
gotta get going right now, but I definitely
Right.
want to see the first session of that.
yeah. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. We should be back for Fallen Gods on Saturday, and then we'll be back on Guys Gone Wildemount in 2 weeks on Sunday.
Woo!
Hopefully Erder's joining us, and you guys getting yourselves out of the Feywild and deciding what is your next step. Are you gonna want to try to teleport back to the the realm of the Bright Queen, or what are you gonna do?
Or we
gotta rescue those civilians, guys.
Yeah.
You gotta go back across the whole continent.
And I do.
The entire Feywild.
I have a minor disappointment just because I came up with a really fun build idea for Draz that didn't come up because he got paralyzed immediately.
Well, we can save it for someone we meet in Tal'Dorei.
Yeah,
guess.
well, I have it. It's a build. There's versions of it I put onto other NPCs too, but
I feel bad because also you were clearly like, look at this really cool monk, and I was like, no!
no, I'm out of here. That's an actual like character from the source book for Wildemount, where there is a monk wandering the labyrinth in Singorn. Or not Wildemount, that's in the Tal'Dorei book. But yeah, there is a monk wandering there looking for divine inspiration, and he's just been wandering for years.
That's so cool.
He's fun.
Well, even though we always throw you curveballs,
Yep.
that was amazing. And masterclass of DMing every time. 'Cause
Well
we just
played,
know everywhere else
fellows.
what you planned.
Yeah. All right, I'll see you guys in the group chat at some point. Y'all have a good day.
Guys.
Cheers.
Good.
See you
Bye,
next
guys.
weekend. Bye.